All right, all right. So we are live. I'm joining me tonight is Bianca, Spooky Melanin Magic. Welcome, welcome to the Evil Live
Woo-hoo.
show with your host, Evil Tyrone. Welcome. I'm just so excited to have you on tonight because I've been an admirer of your page and what you do for a little minute now. For about a year, and
Thank you.
I'm just excited to talk. The spooky and the
Yes,
scary with you.
yes.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you for having me.
No problem, no
For having me.
problem.
I'm so
It's
happy to be here.
it's definitely an honor, just to be able to connect with, someone else who is passionate and who just loves the spooky, loves the genre, and also it's more than that for you. It's a lifestyle for you. I see it's a whole lifestyle,
I think we all see, right?
Yes. Is that wait a minute, actually, is that Snape in the background?
No! Not Snape. So
Who
when I went to Midsummer, I actually went and met, can you see who signed it?
No, no. I see it's Halloween Ends.
Yeah, so
Is
I
it
met James Jude Courtney, lost my mind. Lost my
wow.
mind. By the way, he is awesome. And got a
Yes.
poster and he signed it. And I also, let me go this way. So I went and I met, I don't know if you know Sapphire Sandolo. She's
Sapphire.
on Paranormal Caught on Camera on the Travel Channel. I met her as
Yes.
well. She is amazing. So I have her poster hanging up. And I
Wow.
met, I don't know if you can see. Oh, sorry.
Oh, Hocus Pocus?
Yep. So I
Oh,
met met them as well. And they signed, I'm like, my childhood is complete. And then they signed my paper.
wow.
So this
Wow.
all happened at Midsummer this past summer. And it was just, I love it.
Yes, and can you talk a little bit about that because that was one of the events that I was like upset that I couldn't make it to this year. Like I really look forward to going in the future, but I did make it to my first like horror con this year. It was a monster, I think it's Monster Mania. It was in New Jersey. It was my first
Nice.
time going, and it was just being there and just being around the people and everyone's in cosplay and just pulling up to the parking lot and I'm seeing all these horror stickers on people's cars. I'm like, I have never experienced this in my life.
I
These are
love
my people. I need to be with the people.
it.
So
You're with
how
the people.
so how was it at Midsummer? Like what
Um,
was the vibe there?
I don't think I have words to even explain it. First of all, me getting to Midsummer was the funniest thing because I decided to go to Midsummer 12 hours before Midsummer. I bought a plane
Oh,
ticket to California, hopped on a plane, and I actually met my spooky. It was great. I met my spooky fam, and that was our first time all meeting in person. So Andrew and Devin, they're from Your Best Halloween Ever. They helped me
yes.
basically like keep it a secret, but like let me know where everyone is. And I just popped up and rolled up on everyone. And it was the greatest thing ever. And, you know, for me being at Midsummer, like seeing everything spooky, horror, Halloween, I'm like, this is everything. But it's also like it shows the community.
Yeah.
Everyone was genuinely just there because we all love the same thing. And like I never felt weird or awkward or like I'm the weird person because there's someone weirder out there. So it was like the vibe, the environment, the panels, like just networking with just different people. It was amazing. The vendors, they were phenomenal. The only thing I
Wow.
did not like was the food line. That took forever. Let me tell you, I literally ordered one flatbread and I think I waited like 40 minutes for this flatbread. I literally had to go back and I'm like, okay, this is out of control. But aside from that, everything else was amazing. That flatbread really pissed me off. But everything else, like it was amazing. And that was actually my first convention of any sort. And I was just blown away and just so glad that my first convention was Halloween convention. Like there's nothing better than
Yes.
um I already am like, yep, this is going to be an annual thing, 100%. I lost my mind. I spent money left and right. It was great. It was great. I loved it. It was great. Shoes, like it was a great time. The shows, the perform, just everyone very, very well put together. And again, just the networking and meeting people that like, have been your internet family for how long? Like, actually
Yes.
meeting them now is just like, "Oh my god, I love you." It was a great time. It was great. It was.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. And also, meeting your internet fam,
Yeah,
because you're fans of these people and you're following them, for maybe months or years, and then
yeah,
you finally come into contact with them and it's almost like you're super excited,
yeah,
and you look at them, you're like, "Oh man, you've done this, you've done
yeah,
that. I'm a fan."
yes,
But also it's like they're real, you're a real person. Like,
for sure.
I get to have a conversation with you.
Yes,
It's
I get to hug
it
you. I get to say hi and, like, see you, and I did give everyone a disclaimer. I'm like, "By the way, like, don't be alarmed. I'm really short in person. Like, my pictures, like, give me more height than I probably really have. So don't be alarmed if you meet me one day and I'm tiny."
Not at all, not at all. That's the beauty of any type of community, but especially the horror community. Like we got them all in there. We got them all in there.
I do. I love it.
Yes,
Well, you
yes.
better go next year.
Yes, it's definitely on my list. It's definitely on my list, because just following more and more people and, just having the floodgates open. I'm
Yeah,
seeing all these like events that people are
yeah.
going to, and then the panels are starting to open up, black people in horror, on the stage, and people are actually checking this shit out. I'm like, oh man.
It's the greatest thing ever. I love to see it.
Yes, yes, yes. It's amazing. It's
It is.
amazing.
It is. It is.
Now, you also have a few things, going on. You got your bucket list, I've
I do.
seen, could you speak a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Actually, let me just pull it up real quick on my phone. So my bucket list, so this actually started last year. So last year I was like, you know what? I'm tired of like searching for things to do, like, different fall ideas or different fall events that I can do. And I'm like, I'm gonna create a bucket list. And you know
Yes.
what? I'm tired of people asking me. I'm gonna create one and just send it to y'all. So literally, that's how it literally started last year. And it picked up more than I anticipated it to, and it just made
Wow.
me so happy because I'm like, "Oh, shoot, like, y'all like this bucket list? Oh my god, yeah, I'll create more stuff, I'll look up more fun things to do or even things that I'm doing that I'm like, "You know what? I think this person will like it, or maybe that person will like it." Like, I just started incorporating. So even, like, throughout the year, just, like, little things I do, like, I'll have, like I literally have a note in my phone, just, like,
Wow.
random things I'll, like, write down, like, "Okay, Imma save that for next year's bucket list." But, like, so that's how it started. It was just like, I'm just gonna put this out here. I'm tired of people asking me for things to do. And I'm tired. I just want to be one place. So that's how it started. Picked up steam and I'm like, oh my God, you guys care? This is great. So
Yes.
here I'm like, all right, I'm gonna completely, turn it around, change it up, switch it up, add more things. And yeah, that's where we are. So just different things. I incorporate things that I have done personally, or things that I'm gonna do. And there's also things that I wouldn't do, but it would be cool for someone else to do. I can play with the Ouija board. That's not for me, but someone out there will do it. That's where I draw the line with Ouija boards. Love them to look
Yes.
and like watch on television, but that's where I draw the line. So I put it in there for someone else to do.
Gotcha, gotcha. But it's a safe way, a
Yes,
safe way to
absolutely.
get your kicks out there. Because
Yep,
you're
exactly.
when you're known as, the spooky person that people know, or someone in the family or a friend,
Yeah,
they come and ask you like, "Oh, what are
absolutely.
you doing for Halloween, or what are you doing for this season?" So it's genius that you would come up with something like that,
Thank you.
and have it readily available for everybody. Yes.
That's
Shout out to
that's
Mika. She says she loves the bucket
thank you,
list.
Mika. Oh,
Yes,
I'm so glad.
yes.
And that's what it's about, it's just sharing knowledge, just sharing with people, just sharing ideas. Like, okay, I can have all these cool ideas, but like keeping it to myself is gonna do what? Like nothing. It's not gonna do anything. So
Ex-
I think I'm just gonna make this annual and I think I'm just gonna keep going with it.
exactly.
I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. Now recently I was looking on your page. You
Yeah.
had posted up that you were at one of these spooky haunts. So could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. Wait, which
Yes.
one?
What it it was the latest reel. I think it was
Oh, was
the
it
Costa Rica.
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah, that reel. So that reel definitely got questions from a lot of people like, "Wait, you're in Costa Rica right now?" I'm like, "No, not right now." So last year I had went to Costa Rica for a retreat, and I went a few days early because I wanted to explore, San Jose, all that jazz, like,
Yes.
just explore the capital. So of course, me being me, I was like, I wonder if there's anything haunted in Costa Rica. Like that would be
Mhm.
dope. Like start looking at haunted locations internationally. Like, why not? Right. So
Yes.
like looking things up and I'm like, wait, there's an abandoned hospital? No. Like, and it's open to the public? And I'm like, hold on. There's no way this is real. So literally I was like stalking like different like blogs and like people that have traveled. They're like, oh no, it's real, it's open. And I'm like, what? And then like
Yes.
that used to also be an insane asylum, and then it turned into a prison, and then it also was an orphanage. I'm like, I can only imagine the activity in there is crazy, and I'm like, no matter what, I need to get to this hospital. Like, I need to get there. So when I was looking it up and everything, I found out it was about an hour from where I was staying in San Jose in my Airbnb, and I'm like, okay, so how am I gonna get there? Like, my Spanish is not the best at all. So I'm like, is it fine to take a Lyft and an Uber? And I found out it is. I'm like, oh, yes, perfect. So I had did like a city tour, just like a city walking tour. And I actually met
Mhm.
another girl on that tour. And we actually were the only two Black women or Black people on that tour. So instantly is like, oh, like I see you, like, okay, oh my God, what are you doing? Oh my God, what are you doing? And she's like, oh, what are you doing after this? And I'm like, well, don't judge me, but this is what I'm going to do. I found an abandoned hospital, yada, 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 yada. And she just looked at me and I'm like, damn, she's judging. And she's like, I love spooky stuff too. Can I go with you? And I'm like,
Yes.
yes. So me and her, literally after the tour, we exchanged numbers. We actually still talk to this day. And me and her hopped in an Uber, drove it like, I'm talking like just like over the mountains and through the woods. Like you would have thought like we were going to grandma's house. Like it was just far.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, I'm in this country, don't speak the language, in a random Uber, going to a haunted, like even when he saw the destination, he looked like this where you going? I'm like, oh no, see, like yes, this is where I'm going. Like, like okay, like I guess if that's where you want to go. So literally like up a mountain, like it was out of control. It was far. So we get there, pull up, and yeah, you pay. So I think in US dollars, it might have been equivalent to like $3, maybe like $3 or $4.
Wow. The
And
Uber?
no, oh no, the admission to get into
Oh,
hospital.
okay, the image. Gotcha.
Uber, no, we don't talk about that Uber price.
Okay.
So we don't talk about that.
Gotcha.
So you literally pay $3 and you go in and literally so the whole premises is open to you. Like you can visit old jail cells where the medical staff, like everything, it's just open to you. So me and her get there and we're just like, oh yeah, this place is haunted. Like you just feel the energy was just what's the word? Heavy. Like
Yes,
it was
yes,
just
it was thick. It
yeah, like
was in the air.
big. And I'm just like, wow, like this is the coolest thing ever. Like, no idea where I am in Costa Rica. I just know this place is haunted and that's what I'm here for. And
Mhm.
that's it. I'm just gonna enjoy it. So we were walking like through the halls and it was very, very heavy. And there actually was a part where we were able to go down to what used to be the morgue.
Ooh.
Whoo, that energy was a drain. So of course I'm like clicking away and like looking in corners and like filming all over. Granted, I didn't catch anything on camera, but I think I had put this in the caption too. Like it's funny because me and her, when we both got back to our Airbnbs, like slept. Like I was drained. Like there's no other way to put it except like I was so like
Ooh.
tired. Like I was exhausted and I'm like, wow. I know I didn't see anything, but I felt it all around. all around. Like, and like I'm one of those people, like we are going like there's a part you're able actually to go upstairs. So when
Yes.
going up the stairs, I was like touching the stairs. I was like, "Ooh, I'm touching history. Ooh, this is so cool." Like, yeah, I'm one of those like touch, 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 you know. And I'm like, "Oh Lord, I hope nothing like attaches to me too." But I was like really touch, touch, touch. And I'm like, Bianca, all that touching around walls you were doing is probably what got me so damn drained. But it was just really, what's the word? Awesome.
Oh, yes.
The word where it's like, wow, I'm in a completely different country. I really just met a random girl. We just really just hopped in a whole Uber and we just went just finding abandoned places to go. And I'm like, wow, what is life? Like life is freaking awesome. Like life is dope as hell. So that experience was just like it
No,
was
it's
awesome.
it sounds awesome. It sounds awesome. Like Christine said, it's always fun to meet someone in this on the same page as you know,
Yes.
especially when it comes to spooky stuff.
Yes.
Then Mika, she says, I'm not brave enough to travel to some of these abandoned locations. Love that you had that experience and were able to meet someone who shared that connection. Yeah, because like how like what are the odds?
I know.
What are the odds?
I know.
You know, because I've I've I'm hard pressed to find, you
Yeah.
know, a lot of people
Yeah. Yeah.
or even a small group of people in my life
Right.
who would be able to do something like that, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. It I, I really was like, wow, okay, what are the odds? Because I was fully prepared to go by myself. Like if I didn't meet her, I still would have been there. You know what I mean? But I'm just like, what are the odds? Like maybe I guess I wasn't supposed to go by myself. Who knows? I don't know. Actually, you know what? That's a good point. Because when it was time to leave, because where we were is very remote. So getting service
Gotcha.
was like, and I'm like, here we are, still don't speak the language. Now we have no service. So how are we gonna get an Uber to go back now? Oof, it was stressful. So we had to literally like walk into the street and we're like looking for service. And finally, like we had a little sliver of service. I never hit like order Uber like so fast in my life. I said, thank God. It said finding your driver and then locate the driver. And I'm like, oh Jesus, like thank you Lord. But so that was stressful leaving, because then it was like, okay, plan B, if we can't get an Uber we have to like flag down a taxi. But like,
Yes.
but then with the taxis, like, do we have enough cash on us? Like we don't even know how much the taxi would be. It was a lot. But we got an Uber and we made it back safe and sound. So I think she was supposed to be with me that day. Because if
Oh
I was
yeah.
myself and I had no service, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, because you're telling me this, and I'm like, damn, like you know, like you had such a great time and such a, you know, it was such a great
I mean,
outcome, but it sounds like the plot of, you know, a scary movie.
you understand?
And
And I'm sitting here like, bro, like, is this really how much? Like, I could have gone out like that. Like, I'm like, I watch too many scary movies for something like that to happen to me. So that's where like the risk, versus the reward comes in. But I was like, it's Costa Rica. This is so dope. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna do
but I'm here for it though. I'm here for the black girls, you know, going to Costa Rica and you know having a spooky time. I'm here for it.
it.
Put it on the screen. Give me the reality TV show. You know,
I would try to
Mel
hear that.
you know, give me some melanin paranormal investigators
on.
on television,
That
you know.
can we talk about that for a second? That would be oh my gosh, that would be, I can't.
Yeah.
I
It would be dope. It would be dope.
And then you add in the international, because I'm definitely a jet setter. Like, get on a plane, go anywhere. I was just in Turkey 2 weeks ago, like 100% jet setter. And I'm like, wait, like,
Oh, passport.
huh?
No, I was just saying you getting a lot of stamps on your
Oh,
passport over there.
oh, always, always. And it's hilarious because literally, like, my passport cover literally says Black Girl Magic 1908 for my sorority. But
Oh
it's
wow.
hilarious. It's hilarious. Like, I am 100% jet setter. I'm like, a show about a Black woman jet setting, ghost hunting internationally.
Oh yes.
Like,
Yes.
like,
Yes.
where are you
It's
gonna find that?
so so I would be in front of the television every week and watching reruns, you know, because you just
Everyone.
know it's gonna be some fun in there.
Come on,
It's gonna be
DVR.
some spooky stuff in there. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
I'm so listen. It's in the works. I'm gonna work on it. Don't worry. I'm gonna work on it. Do not worry. Do not worry.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. We
Yeah.
got you gotta
Sorry.
no, no, I'm just saying we gotta have that energy out there.
Oh
We
yeah,
gotta
definitely,
see, we gotta have it more out there.
definitely, definitely. Book.
Yeah,
Uh,
Christine says she's got a book with the
Christine.
scariest places to visit.
Oh.
Field trip. See?
Ooh.
See? And that's what I'm saying.
I love that.
You meet other people
Yes.
who are part of that tribe
Yes.
and
Yes.
who are interested in the stuff
Yes.
that you're interested in,
Gosh,
you
yes,
know.
Christine. Oh, sis. I love it. I
And
love
Mika says, wow, stuck at the abandoned hospital.
no, like I really think about that some days. I'm like, yo, if I was by myself and here I am stuck at an abandoned hospital, like I would love to be a fly on the wall and just to watch me. Like that would be a TV show in itself.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's just like I imagine like if you've seen Girls Trip, and how
Mm.
awesome that movie was, but Girls Trip spooky version, the spooky
Ooh,
version of that, just what would that look like? What would that look
ooh,
like if they were all paranormal investigators
oh,
going, visiting certain places and just the stuff that would ensue,
that's
you know.
dope. Ooh.
I'm
Oh,
here
so
for it.
many ideas. See, I hope these just so many ideas. I'm here for it.
Oh yes. Mika asks, do you have any places that you would like to visit, haunted locations?
Yes, 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 yes. So actually, I'm gonna be visiting one this October,
Ooh.
which is I am doing a paranormal investigation at dun 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 the Lizzie Borden house. So I am
Ooh.
so pumped because that has been on my list. I have seen that house over and over again, and I'm like, I need to get in that house. So I actually booked a paranormal investigation, and me and two of my girlfriends are actually going to be investigating at the Lizzie Borden house. So that is one
Yes.
which I'm so excited about. And I'm
Yes.
also even more excited because I made sure I got the new iPhone. Okay. So the quality will be good. Because my old phone was getting crazy. So I'm like, okay, now I'm ready to investigate.
Yes.
definitely,
Yes.
definitely the Lizzie Borden house is one which I'm super excited to be going to. Trying to think what else. Um, oh gosh, the Conjuring house.
Oh.
I want to investigate there as well. I'm trying to see
Ooh.
if I can get up there. That one, it's gonna be a lot, but I want to do
See,
it.
I love your spirit, because like I said earlier, some of the stuff that you were describing, it sounds like the plot of a horror movie, but you have like such an adventurous spirit that's just like, yo, I'm gonna go check this out. No, no fear, even though you may have a little anxiety or whatever going to certain places, but no fear. Like I'm gonna go check this out. Like I love it. I love it. That's
You,
why we need it. We
you.
need to see more of that. We need
Yes,
to see more of
definitely,
that.
definitely. And it's actually interesting as well, right? Because just haunted locations, like it's so taboo, especially within the Black community. It's like, oh,
Yes.
like there goes Bianca again. Like, girls, don't come back with no spares. I'm like, I've been ghost hunting for how long? I'm fine. Like, stop being dramatic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh God.
Ye-
So it's interesting because it's like, and I know we're gonna talk about paranormal as well, so I'll
oh
talk
yeah.
about this, but for me, it's just like, why not? Like, I don't know, like, why not? Like, I
Yeah. If it interests you, why not? That's another question that I was gonna ask you. Like, how did you get into, paranormal investigations?
yeah.
Like what was your introduction into that?
Yeah, so my background, even just with anything paranormal, spooky, all that jazz. So I'm Haitian. I'm first generation, so I was born here. But my
Oh.
parents, my parents, they're just like, no Halloween. What is this American culture? Like, what is like the devil's
Yeah.
holiday? Like it was not playing that at all, like at all. And then finally, I was in like, what grade was I in? Maybe like 5th grade, kind of. I don't know, somewhere over there. Like they kind of start warming up to it. And I'm like, no, like this
Gotcha.
is fun, I don't want to be the only person not dressing up in school, that's lame, stuff like that. So like, they find like, okay, we get it. It's fun, candy, Halloween movies, yada yada yada, all that jazz. So like, they kind of like, they got into it. My mom, not so much. Not so much. My dad, he's down. He's cool. He's down
Gotcha.
for all the scary stuff, but my mom wants so so for me, the way I always looked at it, like growing up, it was always like, well, why is this so taboo?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like that forbidden fruit. And I'm like, but why? Like it's so much fun. Like, but why? So that's where I started watching, the love of my life, Michael Myers. I started watching the Halloween. Don't get me started. I watched the Halloween and the scary movies, and like I really just got into it. And I'm like, why is this so bad? Like, why is this bad? Like, this is not a bad thing. So then, of course, my parents explained to me, like in Haiti, growing up, like paranormal investigation, ghost hunting, like that's not part of the culture. You know what I mean? Like they don't do that for fun. Like the way we do it here, like it's not
Yeah.
like no, like that's not a cultural thing. So, I'm just like, okay, I can understand that, but I'm still very curious because I believe in the paranormal, So they're just like, okay, like do what you want, but just don't bring nothing home. It's always don't bring nothing home. Right? Just don't bring nothing home. Do what you want, but don't bring nothing home.
That's good advice though. Don't
Really,
bring that home.
don't bring nothing home. So for me, it's like as I grew up, I continued to watch the horror movies and get into it myself. And then when I started making my own money, it's like, well, I'm buying my own Halloween decorations. Like, my
Yes.
own money now. So now I'm buying my own Halloween DVDs, stuff like that. So
Yes.
I got more into it and into it and into it. But starting out, I think it's because it was so taboo for me that it just really was like, but why? But why? And I am also, I'm an empath. So, and I know that I have more skills and gifts that I need to develop. So because
Gotcha.
I know that as well, especially being such an intuitive, I'm just like, yeah, I need to dive more into the other realm, the other side and like not feel judged or like, I don't care, what people think, like I have my crystals out and, all that jazz. Like, I still believe in God, but like I don't care, what people think
Yeah.
or like I stopped caring what people think. So for me, that's really how like I got into it. And I do watch like a lot of Travel Channel. Like I love all those like paranormal investigation shows. So much fun. So much fun. So that too just kind of interests me. I'm like, people really be doing this for fun? Oh, I cool. Let me give it a shot. Like, okay, let me go look for stuff. But I'm always like, Lord, like, me, my heart. Please don't let nothing touch me. Don't let nothing touch me. Don't let them pull my hair. Don't let nothing attach to my car or follow me home. Like those are my requirements. Just
Uh-huh.
stay where you are.
Oh yeah, that was another thing that I wanted to ask you. Like, did you have any certain rituals or anything that you do to protect yourself? Because
Yeah,
I did interview a paranormal investigator. She haunts not too long ago, and she talked about the certain rituals that she does. Just to protect herself and
absolutely.
just to make sure she's stepping into things
Absolutely.
with good energy and
Yeah,
good intention. Because even Mika, like she says, that's what I'm probably nervous about bringing something with
I
me.
understand. I
Definitely have to sage
sage.
myself up.
Love a good sage. Love a good sage. Palo Santo, all of it. So for me, like before going into anything, like whether it's a cemetery, haunted location, whatever it is,
Yes.
I always pray first. I always pray first. Always, always, always I pray. And then when I go in, I always just like kind of like introduce myself and just say like, hi, I'm just here to investigate. I want to be respectful. I'm not here to, cause any malice or I don't have any ill intent. I'm just here to investigate or whatever I'm doing. If I'm at the cemetery, I'm just here to pay my respect, whatever it is, just kind of like just put it out there like, hey, by the way, good energy, Bianca, I'm the good fairy, you know. And then when I'm leaving, like before I leave, I always say respectfully, please don't let anything, don't attach to me, don't come home with me, you're not welcome to come home with me, like respectfully, respectfully. But I'm just saying, stay your ass where we're at. Um,
Right.
and then when I get home, I definitely sage. Clear the energy, clear the energy. Yeah, yeah. then I
Oh,
pray again. That's really it, to be honest, and I guess it's been working for me so far, but I'm just like, just, again, I just make sure I make it known. Always I always say thank you for allowing me to even be in this space. Bye.
got you.
Stay your ass in this space. Don't come with me.
And that's smart, just to put your intention out there,
Absolutely.
off the bat, just to be like, hey, I'm not here to intrude. I'm
Right.
not here to, cause trouble, because you see even some paranormal investigators on television, like they'll be trying to antagonize spirits or, places, and it's like, oh,
Exactly.
why
Like,
would you want to
just
do that?
like, what is the reason? Like, there's no reason. There is no reason. There's no like, at the end of the day, that's still someone's or was, but still their home or their whatever it is, but still their space. And like you're the outsider coming in. So like to me, I still view it as you still have to be respectful. Like when you're leaving, you don't just like walk out people's houses and just, like don't say bye. Like, bye, thank you for, allowing me to be here. And then, you make your, by the way, don't forget the disclaimer, stay your ass here. And then you make your exit.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
you
But sh
know,
but
you have to
shout out to you for liking, Palo Santo, because that's my girl, she loves Palo Santo, so I'm like, I've been getting familiar with it, the past, 6 months or a year, been getting real familiar with it, so I'm like, "All right,
yes,
shout
that's
out to Palo
it.
Santo."
I love Palo Santo and incense. I'm an incense person. Oh God, it's so bad. I have like a basket of incense. It's so bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, incense, I find they're just you can use them pretty much anywhere. Like, you cannot go wrong with a good
Nope,
pack of incense,
never,
you know?
never. They're so like, I don't know. I don't
I
know. They're
I
just
feel grown,
yeah,
I feel
gross.
grown when when I'm lighting the incense, I feel grown. I'm like, "Let me
I love
go over."
that.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
Wait, I'm done.
ain't no
I've
kids,
never
ain't no
heard anyone
teenagers.
say that before.
Yeah. 'Cause you gotta think teenagers, they might be wanting to light candles, or they don't give a damn about these smells, but when you grown, you lighting them incense.
It's so grown for me. I can't.
When you grown, you lighting them
Love that.
incense.
I love that so much.
Yes,
I might feel that actually, not even it's like, no, I'm grown. Like, yes, incense.
Yeah, yeah. You could take that. You could take that with you, it's something positive, something positive,
I
you know.
love that. I'm gonna start bringing that like on best investigation. Like, don't forget I'm grown. Just like start incensing the whole. They'll be like, all right, girl, you really need to go. Like, it's time for you to go.
Mika says, I definitely believe in the paranormal. I think
Yes,
that my fascination with is realizing there is something else out there other than ourselves.
yes, yes. It's just,
Yes.
it's the mystery and the thrill and the like, just the unknown. It's just the unknown. Like, why not investigate? Like, it's so much fun. Like, I don't know. And it's one of those things where like I know through all the different videos and everything's like just evidence that we've seen, like we're just touching the surface. Like, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, and that's the part that is so fascinating because like I'll just be watching and I'm like, oh no, that's definitely ghost. Oh no, that's definitely weird. Like, but I'm just like, this is just a fraction of what we see. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
it's the fact that there is a whole world out there, and I'm just like, ooh, I just want to know. Like, I just want to know. I want to know. So it's exciting.
Oh, yes. And especially to know that there are people out there who are super sensitive to it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah.
the different levels that come with that.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
It's
Yeah. No, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's one of those things like the paranormal. Like, it depends on, like, a lot of people feel the way they feel. Some people don't believe in it. Some
Of course.
people think it's the devil or whatever, but it's like, there's the world and the universe is full of things that we cannot explain,
Yeah.
we do not, even though we know, we what we know is only a small fraction of what's really
Small.
going on out
So
here.
small. So
It's
small.
all sorts of dimensions and all sorts of stuff out there that we have
I
no idea
have no idea.
about.
We have
Yeah.
like there's literally like, and it's funny because like in my head I'll think of like Stranger Things. I'm like, yo, there's like a whole upside down, like we just don't know about. Like maybe
Yes.
we'll see little glimpses of, but like there's a whole upside down that we do not know about. Like,
Yes. Yes. Now speaking of Stranger Things, did you see the
okay,
latest season?
listen.
Running up that hill? Were you
First of
running up
all,
that hill, Bianca?
yes, that whole season had me in a chokehold. Let me tell you something about Stranger Things. Let me tell you something about Stranger Things. Stranger Things is like the way it'll play with your emotions is out of control. Like literally, I thought Max was gone. Like that whole scene with Max, I'm like, yo, we lost her. This is it. Like this is the final goodbye. Like it. Oh God, it was a lot. It was a
I
lot.
I sobbed a few times, like
That,
not just cried. It was a
no,
sob. It was a
full
sob.
blown.
You know.
It was a lot. It was a lot. That
Hmm.
season was like they really put their foot in that season. Like they put their whole foot in that season, and it's bittersweet because I obviously can't wait for the last season. But I'm like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
that's it. Like that breaks my heart. But I'm like, but I need to know what happened.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I'm not gonna get too much into it because there's a few people in here that have not seen it yet.
Ooh,
You know, but
y'all.
y'all need to jump on it
Y'all late.
because
Come on. Y'all
it's
watch it the same day. Y'all late.
that thing was a beast. It
No.
You ever
Yeah,
watch something so good and you know there's going to be like future episodes or future
yeah,
seasons and you're like, how are they gonna top this?
yes. I
Because
don't know.
like how are they everything was top. Like I have no complaints whatsoever. You know, I
Yeah,
was hurt. I had my feelings
yeah,
hurt,
absolutely.
but I had no complaints though.
Nope.
You
None. None. Not like Game of Thrones. Sorry, I still have to talk about that. I'm bringing it back. So yeah, I can't. I can't. Anywho, yes, no. Stranger Things is just like wow. Oh, you know what show I'm almost done with? What's the name? Jeffrey.
Dahmer.
Oh my! I literally have 15 minutes left of the last episode. I can't. I can't. And I started it yesterday. That is. Oh God, it's a lot.
I haven't started it yet. I plan on starting it. I plan on doing it this week. You know, like well, actually, after I hop off of this, I'm gonna go
Oh, okay.
start
That's
it. You
what
know,
it's
because
like.
it's
Let's try
I've
again.
I've been in Big Brother world. You
Oh,
know, like I don't know if you watch Big Brother, but the first black woman ever just won. You know, last night she won the season. You know, after it's been like this is the 24th season, and she's
it's
the
been
first
around.
black woman. You know, to win. Yeah, yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, I know it's like we happy, but then we like,
Still side
mm.
eyeing. We're gonna be side eyeing for a while. But yay!
Yeah, yeah. So you know, I'm jumping in the Dahmer, you know, seeing
Like
what that's about because I'm hearing great things.
it's yep. Once literally the moment we hit end, you need to hit Netflix. Literally in that order.
Oh yes, oh
It's
yes.
so good. It's so good. It's
M-
been
Mika says she's been binging
Mika.
Dahmer.
Yes, Mika. It's a lot. It's amazing though. Dude, that was so good, definitely. Yes, your whole chest. Literally, when
Yes.
just let me know after you watch it so I can properly articulate how I feel about it. But I definitely grew some like chest hair because it was a lot. It was a lot. You know what else I binge watched actually? Devil in Ohio. So good. Oh,
Oh, you know what? That's on my list too.
watch it. Watch it now.
Okay, so which one, Jet Dahmer or Devil in Ohio first? Because I'm gonna do them both this week. But which one first? Which one first? Because
Dom-
I take your Dahmer first.
I'm gonna say Dahmer first.
Okay,
I'm
because
a yeah,
your
Dahmer.
recommendations hold weight with me because I already know. I already know.
Oh,
I already know.
watch Dahmer first.
Okay, I'm gonna watch
And
Dahmer
then watch
first.
Devil in Ohio. Yep, do that in that order. And let me know. Let me know your reactions as you go. Now
Okay,
watch it
okay.
in my head.
I would definitely let you know. You
Let
know,
me
because
know.
it's
Mhm.
it's spooky season right now. So you know we're seeing all this stuff, and you know we're
I love it.
the television channels are about to have their lineups. You know, like people like us,
Yep,
we're in it all year.
yep,
It don't
all year.
stop.
Just
It
don't
don't
do
stop.
nothing.
You
But
know, but
I am excited.
yes.
like
Yes.
Freeform and like AMC and like, oh, all of it, all of it. I'm like, give me all of it. I do want to know though, like who chooses the list? Oh yes, Devil in Ohio was a good one, right? See, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
From as well. That's you know what? And I'm sorry, Mika, don't kill me because Mika she recommended that to me a while ago. It's still on my list. I gotta handle that.
You got
I'm
it.
gonna handle that.
This is the week.
I'm gonna handle that.
This is
No,
definitely.
it's October coming up, so it's you going to super mode.
I
You going to
like
super mode.
it. Like literally, I have Halloween kills literally playing right now. Like it's so. I know.
Thank you for showing that one love because
I
I
love
gotta defend that one. You know, a lot of
it.
times, yeah, I love the brutality of it. I love
Everything.
the story. Like
I
it
loved
was
it.
amazing.
The only part that did kind of like was what's the word? I don't want to say weird, but weird to me in a sense is like, having been watching Halloween, like the whole franchise for so long, to see
Hmm.
people like beating him up, like able to get that close to him, if that makes sense. Because I always saw him as like untouchable, like
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
Like you're not gonna connect. And like to see like, oh no, they were washing him in the street, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
like not Michael, like he got washed. Like he got washed. There's no other way to put it. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like I've never seen that. And then like he got up and started like killing everyone. I was like, yes, go baby, go. Like come on, I see you, boo. But I was like, wait, like I've never like to see him get beat up. I was just like, oh, oh, like you're touching him? Like how dare you? Like he was untouchable. So that's the only part that was kind of like surreal in my eyes, having watched, obviously obsessed with the whole franchise.
Oh yeah.
That was the only part for me. I was like, are y'all touching him now? Like, oh, this is some new generation ish because 1974, you were not touching my man.
Yeah.
So that's the only part that's like different for me, but still like I love it. Like I love this movie so much, like
I love that you have love for it
I
because like I said, I had to
got the
defend
whole
it a few times, and when it comes to the Halloween, I like to call it like the Halloween multiverse,
yeah,
because we got
so
all
many
these different timelines going on.
can't handle. I just I mean, I'm gonna watch all of them. Don't get me
Yeah, of
wrong. I
course.
watch every single one.
Of
But
course.
like I just, like you guys, y'all got it. Granted the Rob Zombie ones, I still enjoy them for what
Yeah.
they are, but I don't know. They're cool, you know. Yeah.
I really enjoyed the intro
Yes.
to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Yes, that shit.
Like that, like once the intro cut off, then I was like,
Yeah. It's like,
but
what
that intro scene, that Halloween, it was like a remake of
is
my
her
favorite Halloween, which was Halloween 2, the original. So, with the hot, it's just something about hospitals, just slaughtering motherfuckers in hospitals.
It's so great. It's so great. Yes. And I guess that kind of sounds crazy, like for me being a nurse practitioner, I'm like, slaughter them in the hospital, like
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. That's what you well, damn. But
like
I love it though. I love it though.
it's literally like nurse practitioner by day and then like spooky goddess by night.
I love it though.
I
I
love it.
love,
He killed. I know when he first of all he killed Tommy, and I really would have enjoyed in this last one watching
mhm.
him recreate that scene with Lori, Tommy, and what's her name, Kyle from Housewives of Beverly Hills. But I forgot.
Yes.
But oh my God, what is her name in the movie? I forgot.
She was on Housewives of
She's on
Beverly
Housewives
Hills.
of Beverly Hills. Yeah, Kyle Richards. She played in Halloween 1978. She was the little girl, and her babysitter got killed. Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Annie? Is it
A- yeah, yeah, that was Annie.
Annie? Calling her name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Annie.
that was
Yeah,
Annie.
so I would
Annie.
have loved to see in Halloween Ends if they could recreate that scene with all of them. But I'm like, damn, Tommy gone. They killed Michael. This one, he murdered a caregiver, needs to die. Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
And I do remember that's crazy to be him with household appliances. Right? That's the part. part, yeah, that's the part that kills me. I just never seen people get that close to him. I'm like, oh, you are beating him up. But I remember though there was a lot of controversy when it came out.
Mhm.
When he killed the firefighter, and it was like, oh, like, it's the first responders, it's respectful and everything. And I'm like, me being a first responder, I'm like, it's Michael Myers. Like, like I didn't feel any type of way about it. I'm just like, I'm not surprised. It's Michael Myers.
It's a horror movie though. Like
Yeah,
it's very like there's everything goes pretty much in like a horror film. Like like
oh, yeah.
if you ever seen, which I'm sure you have, Return of the Living Dead,
No,
when
I actually have not seen that.
you haven't seen that?
No.
Oh no.
Wait, I'm gonna write it down right now.
Yes,
It's
Return of the Living Dead.
available on like streaming services.
It should be. It's gotta be somewhere. You're gonna be able to find it somewhere, especially
Okay.
during, this season. But
Okay.
it's a zombie movie, and they take a lot of elements from like Night of the Living Dead, so it's kind of like in the vein of that, but
Right.
it's got a comedy element to it,
Oh.
so and the zombies, they are eating, first responders in that movie as well, but it's entertaining, and I feel like sometimes people, they try and, I guess they everybody always got something to say about something,
Always. Always.
nowadays, like
Always.
I even remember with Halloween Kills, they tried to say that the movie was homophobic or whatever, and I'm
Where?
like, I'm not a part of that community,
Right.
but
No,
I've
like, I
seen
just
the
wanna know,
movie, and
like,
I'm
where? Like, what scene?
well, when when he killed I forget what his name. I think his name is Michael something, but he was in Mad TV. Him, the gay couple that stayed in Michael's house.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my god.
I'm like, they're in a Michael Myers movie. Of course they're gonna get. He didn't kill them because they're
Bro,
gay. He killed them because they're
no
alive in
matter
his
who
house.
you are, like, if you're Michael Myers way, you're gonna get it. Like, he does not discriminate, honey, at
Uh,
all. Like, he does not. Like, he don't care what you are if you're in his way.
uh-huh.
You're washed. Like, it is. It's like, I don't know. Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you're in a Michael
this
Myers film. You're either Lori or you're bound to die. Like, I just don't know what to tell.
and even she died once. She ain't dead no more, but she
No,
died once.
don't start with me in these timelines. Well, in that timeline, she died, but she's still alive somehow. So nonetheless,
Yeah.
unless you're Lori,
Yeah. I don't know what happened to her son, but now she got a daughter. Now she got a granddaughter.
I really do think it's like there. At what point were we like, what? Let's go this way, but like, let's bring it back this way. But like,
Yeah, let's make it. Let's give Michael Myers some tears. Let's
yeah,
give him
like,
a cry. Let's
multiverse, whatever. It's like, but why? I mean, again, I'm gonna watch it, but why?
uh-huh. Uh-huh. It's certain movies in that franchise that just make you go, but why? And then there are some imperfections that I still enjoy, like Halloween Resurrection. Even though it's silly as hell, Busta Rhymes is silly as hell in that role.
Right.
I enjoy the hell out of that movie.
Oh my God. Busta Rhymes. When he was like that part when he's watching that kung fu movie, and he's just so crazy. Like, that movie is a hot mess. Let me say that. I will say that. Halloween Resurrection is a hot ass mess. Like,
Yes.
random people getting thrown in. I'm like, Busta Rhymes, like, but why? Like, Tyra Banks, like, but why? Like, but why? I'm gonna watch it. I find it entertaining as hell. And I'm not gonna hold you. I definitely have the DVD. But
Me too. Me
okay,
too.
DVD, okay. But
Yeah.
that's neither here nor there. It's a hot mess. Like, that movie is a hot mess. But I will watch it to laugh. Like, it's so extra.
Yeah, but sometimes you need that extra element just to add a little, because I enjoyed the hell out of LL Cool J in H2O, him talking to his girl, him a writer. I'm like, oh, I'm here for it.
I'll give
I'm here for it.
all of it. But the part that killed me though was like towards the end when what is it? The son, what's his name? Lori's son, whatever, the boy, the son and the girlfriend when they got
Josh Hartnett.
yes, when they got in the car and she was just like, "You guys go." I'm like,
I'm right behind you. I'll be right behind you.
"Girl, if you don't get your ass in this car." Like, she literally was just like, "Go." And then she, like, breaks the little,
That was like one of the most rawest like scenes for me in the franchise. Though when she breaks it, she grabs it, and she's like she for one she bashes the gate because
smash the whole gate.
Michael, we've seen him be able to go through walls and all this other crap, but she bashes the gate. She's like, I'm gonna keep
Okay.
this motherfucker inside,
It's either me
but
or you coming out.
and they're playing the music and she's
Thug
just
life.
like, Michael,
Thug life.
and you just see all that because Lori's been through a lot of trauma. Every movie we see her drinking, it's getting progressively worse. No
That's
matter what universe she
It
in,
doesn't matter.
it's getting progressively
Does
worse.
not. That's one thing I can say that's consistent. Lori drinking throughout the whole damn franchise. That is a consistency. But it's true.
Yeah, they're like, oh, she got to be stressed. No matter what the plot is, no matter what son, daughter, she got to be stressed. We
Matter.
got to
It
have this lady
does not
stressed.
matter. My homegirl is just always stressed. And I'm like, bro, like, sis, you tired. Like, I see it. Like, you're tired. Like,
Uh-huh.
my girl
But
tired.
it had its moments. I even loved Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the intro,
Oh, yeah.
when he's walking through the house and with the with the hockey stick.
Yo, that I was just like, boy, if your ass is gonna die, like you doing all this, you're definitely gonna die. Like, way too much. And he like put the beers in his pockets. I'm like, you're cool. You stole her beer. Like, okay, like you're cool. And
Uh-huh.
no, the part, oh my goodness. So in that same intro, the part that freaking killed me was legit. Homegirl goes, she looks, one has a freaking ice skate in his face. Either way, they're cooked, right?
Yes.
They're done for. So then she's over here screaming, and I'm like, you mean to tell me the police are right there and they hear her? Yo, every time I'm just like,
Yeah, and they in that quiet ass neighborhood. You make a sound, somebody calling the cops. Somebody automatically.
and I'm like, there's no way, homegirl on the window, and you guys like, oh, there's nothing here. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like that. I just be like, okay, like okay, you guys had no other way to kill her off. Like okay,
Mm-hmm.
just make everyone deaf and just kill her off because it doesn't make any sense. Like so that scene, I just be like, that's a whole mess.
Now what's your favorite Halloween movie out of the series? Because we both got love for the series. I told you my favorite is the second one, the original.
1978, first one.
1978, the first
Oh,
one. The
oh,
the the babysitter, was it the babysitter massacre? Was it the babysitter killings?
amazing. Like for me, I don't know. There's just something about 78 that just I don't know. Like it's so just like extra creepy. And I realized the thing I love so much about it. Well, one, it's the first movie, so it's like, ooh, this is the original. Like, oh, okay. Like, what do you
Yeah.
this character? Like, oh, where's this going? Like, oh, he doesn't die. Like, so I don't know. 78 for me is just like that pure, just like old school, more or less, old school horror versus like I realize that to me, a movie like a scary movie, you don't need all the extra CGI and all that extra stuff. It's the music, it's the ambiance. It's like it's just all of that. Like that's what makes it scary for me. Where I'm like, oh my god, like what's gonna happen? Like he's so just like stealth mode and just like I don't know. There's just something about 78. It just will always be my
That's
first love, my favorite one always.
It's something magical because the mask was right, the suit
Every,
was right. Because it's some of these movies, I was like, what did y'all go to Spirit? Did y'all go to Spirit Halloween to get this mask? Like, what's going on?
which one was? Oh man, which
I
one?
think it was 4 or 5 where it was just like terrible.
You love 5 too. Like I just love the storyline. Like 5 is fun to me, but that mask. No, I think it was 4. One of them. That mask. I was like, what happened? I know they're making money. Like, what happened to the budget? Like, there's no reason for his mask to look like this. Like, why
Uh-huh.
like that?
Y'all got explosions and all this stuff, but y'all, what happened to the mask?
It's a
What
mask
happened?
to me. Like, I'm just like, there's no way. There's no way. Buster and
Danger,
oh yeah,
dangertainment.
Buster terms, it's a hot mess. Let me tell you, Halloween Resurrection is such a mess, but I will always watch it. It's a hot mess.
Mhm.
I will always watch it. Always, always, definitely, definitely. But yeah, I mean, that mask was atrocious. Like, I don't know what happened to the budget in that film, but they allocated, the money elsewhere, and it shows.
Oh yes, oh yes. Now you speak on 70s horror, like, and there was just something special about that decade, because my favorite horror decade is 80s, like I really love the prosthetics and just the
Mhm,
feel of
mhm.
everything. But the previous, like this past year, I have been diving like heavy into the 70s and appreciating that more, and just seeing like just the vibe that it had, like the rawness,
Yeah,
and
I
a lot of
it.
women in charge, and it was amazing.
It's beautiful. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's funny now because, like, watching horror movies now compared to, like, back then, it's the element of horror is different. Like, I also really enjoy Nightmare on Elm Street, like,
Oh yes.
more than others, but, like,
Yeah.
the first one, epic. The third one, epic. Like, like, there's some more than others that I like. But even with, like, I know the newer one, I think it was Wes Craven. No, not Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I think there's one that came out again after
What
whatever the latest one was. Was that Wes Craven's New
the
Nightmare?
Wes Craven's New Nightmare, that was the
No.
one where they tried to like be kind of meta, like they was like in the
Yes.
real world, which
Yes.
I really enjoyed that one.
Yes. 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 That's the one. Yes. Like that one, I enjoyed. I enjoyed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there was, but so then that's not the one because I like that one. There was another. I think it was maybe it was the one that came out.
You talking about the remake?
Maybe the remake is what I'm talking about. Yes. He
The
looked completely different and weird.
Yeah, yeah, the one where they the one where they made him and cuz I mean, let's be real, like, we know what it was, but he never, like, the way they told the story, they never really dove into
Nope.
that or whatnot, like, and
Mm-mm.
it allowed us to root for him. But when they did the remake, they leaned in heavy, and I'm like, "Oh no, no, like it's getting creepy now."
Man down,
It's
man down, man down. Wait, oh no, 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 man down, man down. Like, yikes, man, all the way down. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't crazy about the last one. It was a lot. It was a lot. But I do like, the first one, the third one. And again, like it's just like you don't need a lot of super animation or super CGI or super like all of that. Like it's just a creepy element, a creepy factor to it that's just like, ooh, I love this. Now, I will say though, like things that scare me now, like for instance, like The Conjuring, there's
Yes.
about those possession movies that I just love those possession movies, those demon movies.
Yes, yes, we are here with it. We are here with it.
There's just something like it just freaks me out. Like it genuinely scares me and I love it. Like The Conjuring is one of like the newer school movies or the
Yes.
newer school movies I can say like genuinely like I'll watch it now and I still be like, let me turn this lamp like low key. Like let me turn this lamp on. But like it scares the F out of me and I freaking love it. Like I love The Conjuring, the whole Conjuring world, Annabelle, all that jazz. Like I love that whole world. I love it. I love it. Ooh, speaking of Annabelle, I'm gonna see the Annabelle doll. I'm gonna
Oh,
Paragon.
ooh, oh,
One.
oh,
They're
I'm
Paragon.
jealous.
Go, go, go,
I'm
go,
jealous. Paracon. I gotta look
go.
this up.
In
I gotta look this up.
Halloween weekend, it's in Mohegan Sun in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
So they're bringing
Yeah.
like the real Annabelle doll and like some other what do you call it? Items from their museum.
Oh yeah, I definitely gotta look into this because
It's
this I
yes, it's
I
right
love The
up the
Conjuring.
alley. Yep. Yep, right up that whole alley. I love
Yes.
Conjuring so much. Like it scares the flames out of me. And I like it's just like it is one of those movies that like if I am walking to bed, I'm low key just like just check behind me real quick. Like I don't want to hear no
Thank you, Mika, because that's how I feel.
yeah,
That's how I feel
that's
because I know it can happen.
yeah.
I know it can happen. Like, don't get it twisted. It's one
Right.
of those,
Okay. No, no, no.
you know, don't literally don't get it twisted, you know. Don't
So
don't get it twisted, you know.
seriously, like it I mean it could definitely happen, but I just love those like demon possession movies. Like those really creep me out. Oh, you know a movie effed me up? Hereditary. Have you seen Hereditary? Okay.
Why are we like, why have not we been discussing this previously? Because we are friends. We are friends.
Okay.
Because Hereditary was the
Bro,
shit.
bro,
And I
bro.
love the fact that there were so many elements, the acting, the drama, the scene. We all know what scene where we always in the theater like
Okay.
we
Okay.
all know we all know
Okay.
that scene. We all know that
Tell
scene.
you something about Hereditary. That movie, it gave me chest hair. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, that movie was out. Like, it was so. How? How did you come up with a movie like this? Who? What? Why? What? It's amazing, but it's so like a mind f where it's like,
Yes.
oh my
Yes.
gosh, like someone really sat down and was like, you know what? This is a good idea. Let's write up Hereditary. Why? Why was this what you created? But like, it's so good. But like, why do you want to mess with people like this? Why do you want to mess with people's heads like this?
There were so many elements because I'm
So
like,
many,
well,
so
is
many.
the mom crazy? Is what's going on here, you know? And then you find out what's really going on,
Mm,
and you know, and it just gets weirder and weirder, and
it
it
never
just
stopped.
hits so many emotional chords.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
when when little dude laid his head on the pillow
Uh-huh.
and and he was waiting for morning, you know, because I was like, w- I just I couldn't breathe. Like I had to hold my breath the whole scene, and then you just hear her scream. It's just like, yo, yo, because you already know.
No,
You can
no.
only imagine.
That movie out of control. Hereditary out of control. You know what else was kind of crazy to me? Did you see Malignant?
Yo, I saw Malignant the first time,
Bro.
and you know, I wasn't my expectations were elsewhere, so I didn't enjoy it as much the first
Okay.
time, but
Okay.
the second time I really enjoyed it,
Yes.
and me and my fiance were watching it, and she really enjoys it as well. You know, Malignant, and
No, I
I'm
love
just I'm just so like I love Malignant because it's such a good story. It's
yeah,
such like
I love it.
it's such an original
Yeah.
story,
Mhm.
and it's written by a black woman, you know, and it's like,
Yeah.
you know, she's Akila Cooper, you know, and she's out here doing it, and
I love it.
she's about to save, you know, the nun too as well, you know. So
Oh, it's great.
we're just getting some magic out here.
Ooh, did you see Nope?
Yes, yes. Nope, Nope was amazing.
I love it. Again, that's the thing, like with Nope, it's like a different kind of scary because it was
Yes,
what is it? Like what the fuck is it? Like what is it? Like you're just on the edge of your seat. I love Nope. I
yes.
love Nope. Oh my goodness.
Yes. My favorite scene in that movie is you know, and not to spoil anything, but it's when the whatever, you know, when the when when
What
the UFO
that thing is.
is in the when it's hovering over the house,
Yeah.
you know, and
Mhm.
like that scene was just like fuck,
Out of
you
control.
know.
Out of control. Movie.
Yes, Malignant is a
You
wild
know,
ride.
movie was out of control. I feel like I wrote another movie down. I remember I was like, there's another movie I wanted to mention. Hold on. Like, no, some of these movies are crazy. Oh, Trick or Treat. That's what I'm saying. I love Trick or Treat. Such a sucker.
Listen, listen, friend. Listen,
Uh-oh. All right, friend.
I just bought Trick or Treat on Blu-ray.
You just watched Trick or Treat?
I just bought Trick or Treat
Never
on
watched it
Blu-ray.
before?
No, no, I've seen it before, but
Oh,
I just added it to my physical collection.
oh, like,
Yes.
hold on.
Yeah.
We gotta have a talk. I'm like,
Sam Sam is my dude. Sam is my
Sam.
dude.
Sam, he
You
just
know.
Sam just be Sam. Sam is Sam. I love The Shining too. That was another one.
Yes.
Love The
Yes. Yes.
Granted, Stephen King. Tired of hearing the N word, but again, that's neither here nor there. Stephen King.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot of stuff with him, like, it's and that's the funny thing, like, when you
Yeah,
grow up and you love, you know, just movies in general, like, with him and people like Quentin Tarantino,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you're just like, "Yo, you guys make such quality shit," but
Absolutely
a lot of the stuff that, you know, you put in there is suspect, and
unnecessary.
especially
Unnecessary.
as you yeah, especially, like, as you get older and you start to catch certain things and you like, damn, like this is
No,
so it's so much, you know, racism or misogyny or, you know, like all this shit in there. It's just like, damn, you know, but you still kind of find a way to enjoy it, you know, because even
absolutely,
Stephen King,
absolutely.
like he's like even I don't know if you've ever read the book It, you know, but
No, but I
there's
heard there's a
yeah,
you talk about the same part.
yeah.
Okay.
So it's like
Mhm.
for it's a lot of suspect things that these people have put in these books over
Yeah,
the years
yeah.
and that they pretty much like to omit when they make the movies and stuff, you know, because they know
You
it
know,
would never get made,
they
you know,
know,
ever get made.
they know. Yeah, some of that I just I just still roll my eyes at, but I'm gonna watch The Shining though. I love The Shining. I'm
Oh
still
yeah.
but I'm definitely just like, mm,
Oh
so
yeah, like like not too long ago I watched Aliens, you know, and
okay.
which was really good. But the character, a popular character, Vasquez, you know, in there.
Let me drink my little smoothie. Mm, mm.
And I'm like, yo, this is crazy to me right now. Like, y'all was
Mm.
wilding.
What was the reason? What was the reason we always question?
Y'all was wilding. Like, really? Really? You know, but
The world
you,
will never know.
yeah.
It's okay. It's just like we get it. Like we get it. But okay, okay. Just okay. Ooh, I have a guilty pleasure actually. Hell House LLC. Have you seen that?
You know what? That's on my list. It's on my list for Shutter. I have not seen that yet.
Watch it.
I
It's
know it's
so
beloved.
yeah. And I've never been super crazy about those found footage type of films. Like this one
Hmm.
from Stephen King's book to movie. Right. That's right. That's right, Christine. But yeah, so yeah, like the found footage films, like so I do love Paranormal Activity. I think it's
Yes.
like it's just fun. It's just a fun film. You get your jump scares, great, fun, love it. What was the other one? Cloverfield. I enjoyed Cloverfield, like the first one. Like I really enjoyed. I
Oh, the I enjoy Cloverfield, but the second one for me, Cloverfield Lane, 10 Cloverfield Lane was for
I could.
me.
It was cool.
But it's all right though. That's how
Cool.
I feel about the first one. Like when
Okay,
people gush over the first one, you know, I'm like, okay, you know, but that's the magic of the community. Like we like, okay, you like this,
I
we like
respect
that, but we in the same wheelhouse though.
the
We still in
same.
the same universe,
Always, always.
you know.
Granted, though, I did get a little anxiety because I'm like, oh, New York. I live in New York. I'm just like, oh God, always. It's always like New York, LA. Like,
Yeah, it's always New York and LA.
why? This is what's gonna happen. This is crazy. But yeah, I do enjoy the first one. And so Hell House is similar. It's found footage, but it's so like it's just creepy as hell. So let me know when you watch it, and then we'll discuss. I don't want
Oh
to.
yeah. Oh
It's
yeah.
it's one of those like I could be like, I don't know, vacuuming something. Let me find some Hell House. Like it's fun. Like it's just like a fun, creepy jump scares. Like I feel like it was done very well. The actual footage part. Like I feel like what's done like it really was like, oh shoot, like what the fuck? Like, like it was done really well. It's just fun. It's a fun film. It's not gonna win any awards. Like we know that. Like it's not.
Oh yeah.
It's just a fun film to watch. Definitely.
So
Definitely.
it so are those some of your favorite like found footage films?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love Hell House. Like that's my guilty pleasure. Paranormal Activity. The first Cloverfield. Oh, you know what? Actually, I just watched recently. Um, oh Lord, Blair Witch Project. I
Ooh.
actually like I would have seen it in bits and pieces, but I never sat down and watched it in its entirety. And I just did recently. I'm like, this is cool. I liked
Ye
it.
yes,
That's cool.
yes.
That's cool. I'm
It
like, oh,
was it was very it
creepy.
was very much creepy, you know,
Yeah,
especially when it came out, you
yeah,
know, 'cause they were like based on a true story. And me just being like a little preteen, I'm like, "Oh my God, it's based on a true story." You know.
that's true. That's true. That's true. But yeah, watching it Now I'm like, oh, okay. I understand why when it came out, it's like, oh, WTF. Like I
Uh-huh.
get it. So I'm like, okay, that was cool. What else? I'm trying to think. I think those are like my favorite found footage films, really.
Okay. Have you ever seen The Deep House?
No.
The Deep House, it recently came out. I think it's on Paramount Plus
Okay.
right now, but it's about this couple and they're like deep sea explorers, they do dives and stuff like that. So they
Ooh.
hear about this place that's off the beaten path
Okay.
and they start diving and there's like stairs and there's this huge like house underwater and they go in
What?
and that's it. That's all I'm gonna give you. That's all you're getting. But it's
Tell me a little bit more. Wait.
it's basically, a haunted house but underwater, and I was just like, oh, this is different. I like this angle,
Oh, wait, what is it called? I need to write this down.
The Deep House.
The Deep House. The Deep.
Yes.
That, and you said Paramount Plus?
Yes, Paramount Plus.
Okay, thank you. Added that to my watch list. Ooh, that sounds fun. Speaking of haunted houses, for you, man-made or real?
Ooh,
I kind of dropped it on you. I just flipped the switch.
Ooh, you
Mhm.
know what? I'm thinking it's funny, like if I'm because it's two types of eeriness for me when it comes to that. Because if it's real, then but my approach is like, okay, I'm I don't want any like ghosts to get on me or
Mhm.
any spirits to attach to
Never
me or
know.
anything like that. But if it's man-made,
Mm,
then it's like I'm like it triggers my anxiety because I'm like anticipating. I'm like, okay, is
yes.
he gonna pop out this wall or where's the chainsaw gonna come? And nowadays, they running at you full force.
Nowadays, they be jumping over fences, coming at you full blown charge. I'm like, why? This, you don't I'm scared, like I'm dead.
Yeah, because they're not gonna tackle you, but
But
that
it's
you can't tell your body that. Like my nerves is like
fight or flight.
fight or flight.
Like,
Yeah,
go,
fight or flight.
time to
You know?
go, time to go.
Yeah, like there's this place, I don't know if you know about it on the West Coast. This guy, he's like ex-military. He owns it, and the waiting list is like
Oh, the one that
over a year
you pay,
long.
you have to sign a waiver, not pay,
Ye-
sign a waiver to go through it.
yes, yes,
It's mad crazy. Like they could actually f with you. Yes,
yes,
yes, I saw
yes.
that. I think I saw it on the Travel Channel. I saw that somewhere, but I saw it on TV, and I'm like, wait, is this actually real? And I remember I looked it up, and I'm like, oh no, this is for real. Like
Oh yeah.
people travel for that thing, but like they're allowed to f with you, and I'm like, for me, that was always my safety blanket. Like, you can't touch me, haha. Like, no, you can't touch me. I'm like, oh wait, you can touch me as well. Now I'm dead. I dead.
Yeah.
I'm dead. I said I'm dead. I dead. Like I'm dead. I'm on the floor. I'm gone. I'm deceased. That's it. No, no. Like again, why? What is the reason?
But you know what? I look at it like because he says he doesn't accept like money. He only accepts like dog food donations to like the animal shelters or whatever.
Yes, please.
And
Dogs
he's
are
got he's got he's got people signing these waivers.
mm,
And while they're signing the waivers, the people like his actors, which I'm like, the motherfuckers ain't actors. The motherfuckers is really putting hands on people, because while you signing the waiver, they smacking you upside your head,
you understand?
and throwing dirt on you, and I'm just like, when you put your hands on me,
It's not
that's game over. Like
done.
that's the
It's not gonna work.
I don't
Mm.
no
You
pineapples,
know what?
pineapples.
I'm done. Pineapples. But actually no pineapples. And like my thing is, okay, I just gotta ask this. So where is it again? It's somewhere like over there, like Midwest over there.
Yeah, it's somewhere,
Far.
somewhere where they could get
That's
away
the
with
New
it.
Yorker. It's that way for me, like all the way that way. And I'm like, as a black person, if you got some racist people and now you're telling them they could put hands on you, I'm just no, but I'm being dead ass.
No, no, no,
Like,
I know.
it's like, are you extra gonna knock me out? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Because I signed this form.
yeah, like, I signed this form, so, like, what if you're racist? And, like, me as a black person, I'm like, "Okay, let me go." And it's like, "Are you extra gonna F me up?" You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, so I'm side-eyeing that. I side-eye a lot of things, but I'm definitely side-eyeing that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know.
Especially we live in a age where
Yeah,
they want to get money out of you any way they can, buy these attractions. So,
yeah.
a lot of times you'll see like, oh, this haunted attraction,
Mhm.
come spend a night in a coffin. You and your lover can spend a night in a box,
It's
for
no,
$500.
no,
And I'm just like,
very much giving
what's going on? Like I went to
that
me and my fiance, we went to Monster Mania, and
nice.
they there was some guy,
Mhm.
he was there representing the company who owns the house that Buffalo Bill was staying
Okay.
in, so
Mhm.
they were selling like lotion and overnight stays in the house and hot sauce and all this like Buffalo Bill sauce.
We're back to the same question. Okay, no, 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 for real. I need to know. Lotion, hot sauce.
Yeah, yeah, just that combination. Just that combination.
What is the reason? I need to know. No, I need to meet the person who bought the lotion. Like, first of all, how much did you pay for this thing? Second of all, why? What did you do with it? Did you like rub yourself when you got home? Like, what did you do with it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess I could see like if someone is a collector and they're like, okay, I'm going to put this on, the shelf, but like, what are they putting in there? Like, is it healthy for your skin? Is it going to make you break out? Is
It's
it?
it's giving you need to see a dermatologist. Like, very much doing that. No, no. What? There's no nonetheless, okay. We just accept everyone.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Everybody has their place, because I'm sure they wouldn't, paid for the vendor space if they didn't have a market, So I'm sure somebody walked out of there with a
Oh,
bottle of lotion,
somebody.
It
I
wasn't one of us though.
okay. The baby. But yeah. Definitely not. But to each his own. But it's really it really is a question though. Like I really want to know with these type of things, like, are you just washing black like well, first of all, how many black people are going? Second of all, are you washing them? Like what like
You know what?
I don't know.
They said it doubles as like if you wanted to shoot something there, you can
Oh,
pay like an extra fee.
hunting season?
Yeah, so no, I mean, not shooting, but if you wanted to film something there, I mean, so it'd be an extra fee, but I guess people they just want to stay overnight and stuff like that, and I'm like, it's
I just
especially because Buffalo Bill, he's a fictional character. Like I know it was shot there, but it's it at some point, it gets to the because being a horror fan and a fan of the spooky,
of course.
you love to support, just the memorabilia and everything. But sometimes it can get a little kooky, and you're like, oh, really, really, this is
There's no need for that. But okay, okay, there's no need for that. You know where I would like to go though? And it's so sad because I'm like, I don't think I'll ever get there. I would love to go to Oregon,
or
to go see where they filmed Halloween Town. You know how it was St. Helens, I think it's called the town, and they transform it into the old. I do love Halloween Town, by the way. That's one of like
Halloween Town's a classic.
Halloween Town. That's like one of my fun family horror movies. And when I mean family, I mean me. But it's one of those things where it's like I wish I could visit there. But like when I was looking up the demographics of people, and I'm like, okay, so if I flew into like what airport am I flying into? And like no matter what airport you fly into, I think you have to drive like an hour, like St. Helens
Yeah,
outside the outskirts. I'm like, damn, it's not even like in the city. Like I have to go to the outskirts, and I'm just like,
which is funny because it's
I need
like,
to go with I need yeah, I can't go by myself.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, especially us being
Yeah.
we gotta when going into certain places.
Yep.
Um, And it's funny, like something somewhere like Oregon, who has a lot of history, the Oregon Trail. Like they had the little video game in
We
school,
all
where
played
you
that
just
in
shoot the
computer
buffalo.
class. Yep, we all hit those buffaloes in computer class. I remember. We all hit those buffaloes in computer class. Yep.
Uh-huh. So it's like, you go out there and it's like, oh man, it's very rural, and it's
Yeah.
you want to experience certain things, but sometimes,
Yeah.
like when I'm like in very heavily wooded areas,
Mm,
with not a lot of people around, not a lot of businesses, I'm
mm,
like, should I let me consult the safe the Negro
mhm,
safe
mhm. That's what
passage
I'm like,
book, like
go
where's
with the elders.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
mm,
let me see what's because I'm
mhm.
hungry,
Yeah,
I know they got the banging brisket over there,
right. But you
but
are till
but
morning. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna learn how to eat air until morning. There's some damn light out.
yeah, 'cause
Like, these are real life concerns. Like, I mean,
yeah,
it's legit. Like, some things I just be like, no. I
yeah,
like,
and that's why I think, something like a Lovecraft Country, connected
no,
so well.
I've
You
never
s
watched it
Oh my god.
ever,
Oh my okay.
ever.
Okay. Yeah,
So
it's okay, it's okay.
I'm gonna
It's
tell you,
okay, you got time, you got
no,
time.
I'm not going to at all. I am okay. I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, okay, okay,
So when it comes to, and actually another one, your jaw's about to drop. I've never seen Get Out either.
okay.
Thing is, when it comes to racist movies, I'm very sensitive to it. So
Gotcha.
I just, eh, it's just a no.
No, that's understandable. That's understandable. Especially because, like, we're seeing this on the screen.
Yeah,
And when it's presented on the screen, whether it's on the big screen or the small
yeah,
screen, you have all sorts of people watching it,
of
soaking it up,
of course.
and people, having their own critiques, having their own, interpretations of what's going on.
Yeah.
And you may see someone, of another color, be like, oh hey, this is crazy, this is going on, this is so good, like, like I like
Mhm, mhm.
white people in specific will talk about Get Out, and give it all the praise over something like Us or
Yeah,
something like Nope.
yeah.
And they'll be like, oh yeah, it was so many messages and just it took it so many angles. And it's like, but when you're black, like that's every day. It's an
Mhm,
everyday thing. So
absolutely.
sometimes if you're not in the mental space for it, or you have to protect your peace,
Oh, wait.
when it comes to these things, whether it's movies or shows. Like there's a show on Amazon, I think it's called They. And
Heard of that.
and I yeah, I think it's called I'm not yeah, I think it's called They.
Okay.
But it's they spawned that show out of like the popularity of like Lovecraft Country and stuff like that. But they went like heavy extreme on the yeah, and I was just like, I can't,
Stress me.
I'm not even going to check it out,
Mm-mm,
because some
mm-mm.
things, it's like, our lives are, even though they can be horror stories, sometimes it's like our lives are not, horror films, or
Right,
horror,
right,
just something for you to just throw up there
right.
because you think it's trendy or whatever, so I
Yeah,
understand, you
yeah.
know.
I just too sensitive. Too
Oh
sensitive.
yeah.
I'm just like, no. Like, just no. I just, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Oh yeah.
I
Now
heard
have you
it's good.
Oh yeah, it was good. It was good. I rather enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Lovecraft Country,
Okay.
but I do understand, because there's certain, especially certain episodes and certain themes, where it is done well, it is crafted well, but it's still
It's
that subject matter, and it's
mhm.
like, uh you I don't think I've met a person who's seen like Lovecraft Country and who hasn't gotten like emotional in certain in
Mm.
certain uh certain areas, because of the
Protect your peace,
themes and stuff like that. Yeah, Mika, always protect your peace. Yes,
right?
yes.
Right.
You
Yeah, I'm
know.
not. I heard during Jim Crow, I'm like, child, I just tap out, tap out. Literally.
Yeah,
Just
because y'all try to put, the old Jim Crow on the TV screen. We dealing with the new Jim Crow,
you understand? Listen, that's a
which
lot
which
for my
really ain't which really ain't the new Jim Crow. It's
okay.
really just
It's a
Jim
revamped
Crow
version. Okay.
in
Listen,
a wig,
conversation another day. Listen, don't even get me started. That's why I'm like side eye again. Like side eye again. Side eye again. Cause child.
Yeah, it's I guess it's just one of those things. You like you said, you got to protect your peace. You got to watch what you're soaking up,
Yep.
and you don't always want to be reminded of, the horrors, the real life horrors of what's going
Don't
on,
need to. There's plenty of people that remind me of it every single day. Just as I promise. Like, don't need to see it again.
Yes.
Don't
Yes.
need to see it again. Don't need. Ooh, another thing, completely not off topic, but like just popped into my head. When you had asked what place, a haunted place that I want to visit that I haven't visited yet, the Winchester House. It literally just popped into my head.
Oh, the
I'm like,
Winchester House. Now
mhm,
that's on the list. That's
yeah,
one of the goats. That's one of the goats,
I
you
need
know.
I need to go there. But yeah, back to this. It's just yeah, I don't need to. Just can't. I just
I just need to see this show. Like you're telling me like all these places
preference.
that you've been and that you want to go to. I'm just picturing this show
I'm
with
telling you, like
Bianca, just get it cracking. Somebody.
like I really just have so many just like adventures in my head, and I'm like, yeah, I need to at least make sure I document this so I could share with everyone else.
Oh yes. Oh
Definitely.
yes.
October is gonna be like so, like I said, out of control. Like from Paracon to investigating at the Lizzie Borden house. I'm actually gonna be investigating with the Ghost Brothers in Savannah. Like it's a
Yes.
lot. It's a
Yes.
lot paranormal. I'm going to
Yes.
Salem. Like it's a lot going on. My October is like done for. Done for. But it's full of spooky adventures and I love it so much. And I love
Yeah.
it so much. Yeah.
Now, speaking of Salem, I did see, one of your recent videos of the vampire store, So how was that?
Things. Vamp things is just dope. Like that's the only way to put it. The vibe, the people, like everything. Like it's just a dope ass store. Like when I walked in, I was like, this is lit. Like it's just like
Mhm.
a vibe. Like that store, even if you didn't want to buy something, you will probably buy something. I think I definitely bought incense there. What did I buy? I think I bought incense. I think I only bought incense, but I was like, I'm just gonna get incense to get incense because it smells good, and this incense smells really good.
Oh
So
yeah.
I ended up getting incense, but like it's a dope store. Like the vibe, and it's just like I don't know. It's just you just feel it's like very sleek and sexy, but still very like horror and like I'm still a vampire store, but like done. It's a vibe. You have to go.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. When I saw it, I'm like, damn, that's
done,
one of the it looks like an experience, it
done.
looks everything just looked,
Yeah.
I just wanted to spend some time in there, after
Have
seeing
you
the
been
video.
to
No, I've never been to Salem. I've never been. That's
that?
that's why I'm like, I've
Oh,
gotta I've gotta make that trip. I've gotta, at least spend a weekend out there.
friend.
Yeah, I know. I know. I
Well,
know.
let me know when you're going because you know I create custom itineraries.
Okay. Well, yes, I will definitely. I'm gonna definitely let you know. I'm gonna definitely let you know because I know you know where to go. I know you know where to
I'm
go.
such a travel head. I love it. But that's
Yeah.
I love to travel, but I also love to share it with everyone else. Like I love to share
Yes.
finds. Like I'm not gonna like, haha, keep it to myself and just not tell you where I'm going. Like I love to share with other people. Like there's just so much to see out there. So much to see. So much to see. So I'm excited for you whenever you go to Salem.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And
You have
that's
to go during October.
October.
If
October's the.
well, do you like crowds?
I mean, not like heavy crowds, but I can do a crowd. I can do a
Okay,
crowd.
because Salem in October literally is like crowds, but like on steroids, but like everyone's in costumes. So
Gotcha.
it can be a lot for your first time, but like I feel like you haven't been to Salem if you haven't been in October, if that makes sense.
It's
Now,
the experience.
experience, 100% the experience. Like now, of course, you can go off season to like actually just explore Salem for what it is, like the town, because it's a beautiful town. The water, by the water, like it's a gorgeous, gorgeous town. But it's also like if you're a horror Halloween person, you have to go in October. You just have to.
October.
But if you're gonna go in October, you need to start planning in like April. Like like at least your hotel. Like my hotel has been booked since March.
Ooh.
Not
Oh, so it's like that.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Like
Okay.
if you think you're gonna stay in the town of actually Salem, you better book like a year in advance. Like not even kidding.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
what people will do is they'll start booking. Oh, I'm going to Salem this Saturday. Oh, me out.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, Mika, no way.
Mika
Oh,
is awesome. Her
come on.
her and her sister Kira, they got a podcast, the double feature podcast, where they
Wait,
talk
I'm gonna
about all sorts of movies. So you definitely
follow
gotta
it,
check that
right?
out.
What's the name of the podcast?
The double feature podcast.
The Double Feature Podcast.
Oh yeah, her and her twin run that. They're really great.
Oh, good
Yes.
for them. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm getting the right one. This one?
Yes, yes. Oh
Perfect.
yes.
I am subscribing right now. Subscribed. Perfect. I cannot wait to take a listen.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, no, Salem is a good time. Yes, Mika. Come on, Salem.
Because I would think like I'm thinking like, okay, they probably got some reenactments there of like the witch
all,
trials and just
all of it.
everything. Just
Perfect.
it's just gotta be a vibe, because I know when the Harry Potter train runs through, people go gaga,
Oh,
but I'm like, Salem, it's just gotta be on a whole nother level.
it's disgusting and it's the greatest thing ever. Like it's disgusting and like I love it so much. Like it's so, especially obviously being obsessed with Hocus Pocus.
Yes.
To go
Yes.
there is like like it's just a magical ass place. And like I love how in front of their church, I would hope that's still there. Mika, you could let me know if it's still there, but in front of the church, right next to the witch house. So if you're looking at the witch house to the left of it, they have this big sign in front of the church that says Black Lives Matter. I'm like, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. And like gay pride, like it is just the most like welcoming, non-judgmental community. I
Yeah.
love Salem. Like I love Salem so much. Like it's just such a beautiful place. Like no one's judging anyone. It's just very open, like whatever your beliefs are. Like no one is there to, criticize you or anything. Like it's beautiful.
Which
It's
sounds like a full 180 from how it used to be, back in.
I'm gonna put some lip gloss on for that comment you just made. Oh my god, for that comment you just made. Now we're talking about 180s. If we're talking about 180s, listen, from what it used to be.
Yeah, yeah. Well, things change. Things evolve.
We're getting better.
The foolish people, pass on eventually. They got to die off eventually.
I mean, they do, but they pass that ish on to their spawns. I mean, they're.
Yeah.
But yeah. Racist people I'm only talking to, by the way. But nonetheless, it's a good time. Let me know when you're gonna go to Salem.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna definitely let you know because you like I love that. It's just a whole lifestyle for you, and you have a passion for traveling and spooky things. So I'm like, okay, you're one of the go-tos. Like I'm glad like I've been looking forward to this interview for a while, but I'm glad that I finally got to connect with you because I know that this is good. This is good.
Oh, that makes me so happy. No, when you had reached out, when I tell you, I was like, yes, he's Black. This is great because that means like there are more of us in the community that like I didn't know was there. So it's like, oh, this is exciting. And like, certain things like, oh, you could relate to, and like, oh, you know what that means, or you know what that like, it feels amazing and it feels awesome. And it's just like, yes, this is great. And again, representation matters. Like there needs to be more of us to just show like it's okay, guys. We can like horror 365 and not be devil worshippers. Like it's okay. You can go looking for ghosts, part-time and you're still okay. Like it's okay. So it's just, it's one of those things where, and even when I was coming out like with spooky Melanin magic, I'm like, man, all right, I'm just gonna go for it. It's like
Mhm.
I was always seen as that person, like, oh, like the black friend, but like, oh, she's black, but she loves all the spooky stuff. Like I was always like that point person. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put myself now on a bigger platform. And there's no reason, like, why am I only keeping it, in? Like the whole world should see this because yes, these are my circle of friends and this is how they feel. But I'm sure there's other people out there that feel the same way. It's like, wait, what? A black girl invested
Uh-huh.
ghosts? Horror? Like but she's not a devil worshiper? Like, like stuff like that. It's like, yes, it's fucking okay. Like, I watch Halloween movies all the time. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay, and even for me, it's like I can turn any vacation spooky. Like, no matter where I'm going, I'm also like, where is haunted? Like, where are we going on this? Like, if you're gonna travel with me at some point, we're gonna end up probably in a cemetery or somewhere abandoned at some point during that trip. But like again, it's fun. So like I'm putting it
Yes.
out there to show people like, yes, it's okay. You can do this. Like, it's fine. It's okay. Like,
And you're putting that energy out there, and just by you doing what you do and doing it at the level that you do it and with the passion that you do it, you're making people feel more included, because like growing up, being black and being a horror fan, like it was,
not it.
people didn't understand it.
And
People
done.
didn't
And done.
understand
And
it. I would
done. And done. Yeah.
I would be going over people's houses, they're like, oh, it's like, oh, sleepover time, oh, what's the movie? They everybody got Love and Basketball, or
Mhm. Mhm.
Juice or something like that, which
Mhm.
which are great movies,
Oh,
but
great. Amazing.
I'm pulling out the Evil Dead. I'm like, anybody want to watch the
Anybody.
Evil Dead? It's
But
dark out, guys.
gore?
Let's
No. Anyone else? We don't want to get decapitated. Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eh,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, then you start to talk to people, and they tell you how they feel, and they sometimes they make you feel weird about it, or like you're strange or whatever, and then
Yeah.
there's a certain part of you that's just like, what, I like this stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm that's just me, I'm gonna stick with it,
Yeah.
and it's funny, like when I was younger, I was just like, what, I love this stuff,
Yeah. Of
and no matter if no one else likes it, I'm still gonna rock with it.
course.
But it wasn't until I got older, like I'm 34 now, and it's like I'm meeting all these people,
Mhm.
horror content creators,
Mhm.
writers, directors, like just spooky enthusiasts, and just lifestyles,
Yeah.
and travel people who just paranormal investigators and who love to travel. It's just like, where were you motherfuckers when I was,
Okay. What?
like,
Where
where were y'all? Where
were
were you?
what?
You know?
I
Where
mean, maybe back then no one had money either. So it's like, I don't know. Like, where were we gonna go to the mall? Like, let's go investigate at the mall. Like I don't know.
Yeah, cause just imagine, like, if growing up, if we had this community,
Bro.
like,
Like, yeah. It,
it'd be a wrap. It'd be a
it,
wrap. If we had the community
mhm.
when we were growing up,
Can't
it'd
even
be a wrap.
imagine like what that would be like. Cause like exactly how you said, like I was always that like, oh, this is weird. Oh, like, oh, I'm the weird one. Is type of representation. Yes, Mika. And it like I would feel weird. And even like just me now, like coming out now, like I'm still dealing with imposter syndrome.
Mhm.
Like I still have that fear and that nervousness, but I'm just like at that point where it's like, F it. Like I don't care anymore. Like I stopped caring, to be honest. And especially after going to Midsummer and meeting like Sapphire, like she has such like such a huge impact on me because for her, so she's Filipino, and
Mhm.
I've only seen her on Paranormal Caught on Camera. So when I was like, oh my God, this is you, like I love you, because like there are no minorities. Like I don't see paranormal investigator minorities. Like I just don't.
Nah.
So, like, to have met her in person, I'm just like, I adore you for so many reasons. Aside from her being like the most nicest person in the world, like she is super sweet, super awesome. But like seeing her, it's just like, wow, like you're on television doing what I'm aspiring to do. Like I have the utmost respect for you. You know, like you're a woman and you're a minority. So it's just beautiful to just like see that, connect with people, and like the conversation that her and I had about imposter syndrome. From that day, she really like put that fire under my ass. That's like F what anyone has to say. Like no matter if I do or don't, people are still gonna have something to say. So you might,
Exactly.
you know, like you might as well. Like what? It's not gonna hurt.
Exact. Just
Like,
put yourself out there, put your energy out there, put your, your content out there because it needs to be seen.
yeah,
Someone's gonna appreciate it, Like I deal with, imposter syndrome as well, and I think a lot of us do to a certain extent, especially when you find the community and someone is out there doing it and
yeah,
you're just like, oh man, you're out here writing, directing, this is something that I want to do. Like, oh man, you're so cool. Or, oh, you write books, you're
yeah,
so cool, or oh, yeah, it's just so many things that people do. And
yeah.
then someone turns around and turns the mirror on you and they're like, actually, I'm a fan of what you do.
Right.
And I'm just like, really,
Right.
like it's hard to believe sometimes, but it's but I also know that when you do put yourself out there and you do put your content out there
Yeah,
and it does connect with people, they feel less alone, basically.
of course.
So it's like just by even someone like you, and just having your bucket list and your travels and stuff like that, like it makes people feel less alone. It's like it just instant, it's like an instant, connection, because I know, like, just mingling with the community now, getting to know, oh, these are paranormal investigators, or this person does this and that person does that. But it's nice to see someone of color, that does it with the same passion. And it's just like it's a beautiful thing. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing,
It hits different. It definitely hits different. And like, so watching the Ghost Brothers, obviously they're the only Black people
Yes.
paranormal, have their own paranormal investigation show. So I'll dead be watching them and like they'll say something or like crack a joke or something. I'm like, I saw what y'all did there. But it's like, it's because I'm Black, like
Yeah.
I get certain things, but like it's nice to like, oh, like I got that joke, like it's nice to just see representation out there. So when they had put out that, they having like a meet and greet and you can actually investigate with them. This is in Savannah, which I'm gonna
Wow.
do. Like I signed up in a heartbeat because I'm just like, you are the first people that actually look like me that are doing what I want to do. Like literally, like you guys are doing it just on obviously a larger, bigger platform. And like I aspire. So like, same thing with like Sapphire and with the Ghost Brothers, like, certain people, it's like it hits different, to see them doing their thing. Cause I'm like, okay, Bianca, you can do this. Like, okay, you got this, sis. Like, you can do this. You know?
Uh-huh.
So it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like I always love to see, of course, just meet anyone in the community, but especially people of color. It's just like, yes, we're not weird, or we could be weird together and F everyone else, like
Yeah. That's when I first, started doing interviews and,
yeah,
started reaching out to people, like the
yeah.
first people that I saw were Ivory's Littles, and Xena, the real queen of horror. And I was just like, oh, this is like, you guys are making quality stuff, and
Yes,
it's about horror, and it's just like,
yeah,
and it's Black women. I'm like, oh, this shit is amazing. And
yeah.
then I just fell down a rabbit hole. And in my mind, because like a lot of times, we're not promoted or pushed out there, we got to always fight the algorithm.
Me too.
So it's like, you search something, you search a movie review and you got to scroll all the way down multiple pages till you find somebody, that looks like you. And
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
man, but and then it's you start to think like there's the circle is smaller than it actually is,
it is.
because it
That circle real quick.
but it's like I'm mingling with the community and I'm like, oh my God, there's literally so
Everything.
many
Yep.
people out here and so many people starting new things
Yes,
every day. And I'm
yes,
just,
yes.
I'm just like,
And
I just feel blessed, you know, to just be a part of the community and just to meet everybody, to meet people like you. And
oh,
you
thank
know, just because everybody has been like so nice, you know,
yeah.
like
Oh my God, yes.
for people that, you know, go to sleep to screams, you know, and to
When you put it that way, that's actually so true. I need to relax. Let me go watch someone get decapitated real quick.
yeah, yeah. You know, it's like, oh, what's
Yeah,
my I need my comfort film. You know, let me go watch somebody get possessed, you know. Let me get
I love that.
put on the conjuring, you know,
Right,
see
a little
somebody get
conjuring,
possessed, you know.
a little possession here and there.
Little razzle dazzle for the night, you know.
Little demon. Sprinkle a little demon on top.
Yeah,
Little demon.
yeah, you
It's
know,
true. It's true.
little night of the demons, you know. And people be like, damn, you don't get nightmares from watching that shit. I'm like, no, the nightmares, like
No.
I don't know why, but I have nightmares of like tornadoes, but I never
Right.
have nightmares of like spooky stuff, like, you
No,
know, like
no.
I think I had a dream about Michael Myers once, but he was
Mm.
chasing me down like this big ass mansion. It's like all white crystal staircase,
Ooh,
and
that's a good chase that.
yeah, he's
Ooh, whose house is that?
it might have been Diddy's house. I might have been watching a Bad Boy video because I was young. So you know, Michael, he's chasing me and he finally catches up to me and he stabs me.
Oh,
And I'm
no.
laughing because I'm like, oh my God, it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt.
Oh,
So
good. I'm
I'm
so
laughing and I'm like, I'm older trying to like psychoanalyze like what happened in this dream. And I'm like, oh, this may be something to do with facing my fears. Like it's all in my head, or you know, it's really not, you know, really not real. So I was thinking, okay, maybe that's something, you know, connecting on a psyche, in my psyche, you
Ooh,
know.
I loved how you pulled that together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what I like that's another question that I wanted to ask you. Like, what does horror or just the spooky do for your mental health? Because everybody does something different for everyone, you know, it releases something different for everyone. And us watching these terrifying things go on and these seeing these people persevere, it's like, okay, well, you know, I'm you may want to box your boss's head off, you know, but but you see what this person went through and you like, okay, it ain't that bad, you
Yeah,
know,
let
it
me
ain't that
break
bad.
it
She
down. Yeah, no. I mean, for me, spooky horror is a getaway. Like it's a huge getaway for me. Um and I can definitely say like that became more prominent during the pandemic. So obviously being a first responder, like I worked through the whole pandemic
yes.
and that was very, very traumatizing. And I remember like my getaway during the pandemic would be like, let me put on some Michael Myers, let me put on something. Like it's just like seeing these characters, like you said, persevere and like just the different things they're going through. I'm like, yo, this is some shit. Like this is really some shit that these people are going through. But like it's just I think it's also like the fantasy world and just like it's just a getaway for me, like a complete getaway where you could just be in this horror world, be anything, do anything, anything can happen to you. You can still come back another character. Like it's just a getaway for me. So when it comes to like spooky, scary horror, like I see it as fun, first of all. Fun.
Yes.
I see it as non-judgmental because to me I'm like anyone can get it clearly like anyone can get it from anybody so
Uh-huh.
non-judgmental in that sense like no matter who you are like even little babies like choop, get thrown too like everyone can get it you know what I mean so
Exactly.
it's just like okay like it's an equal opportunity for everybody but like just like the scares and like you know it's like to me it's like oh shit okay that really scared me good job you know like I like the like okay that really messed with my head good job like it's just a getaway for me like it really is truly honestly just a fun getaway where you can be whatever anything can happen you can see some crazy ish and like just enjoy and like for me in terms of like traveling and like actively looking for spooky locations or abandoned locations to go investigate, go explore. Again, it's just that intrigue with the paranormal where it's like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Like again,
Yes.
like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Like it's just again, it's that getaway. Like, let me go discover what's over here and get away from here. So it's just, yeah, it's a getaway. And like some of the same movies I watch over and over again, like the Michael Myers and the Trick or Treat and the Hocus Pocus, like it's like because I already know what's gonna happen, there's just something comforting and like, all right, let me just watch these people get killed real quick. But like I already know how y'all gonna die. Like, but it just feels good, like, let me just watch y'all just be dumb for a second. Let me watch what dumb-ish you guys are gonna do. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And it depends on my mood too. Like I can be in the mood for like slasher, give me Scream, Michael Myers, whatever. But then I could be like, oh, I want something Halloween, but like fun. Let me put on Hocus Pocus or Halloween Town or The Craft, like those type of fun cult classic type favorites. So it also, I love the fact that there are so many different aspects to spooky and the horror and the
Oh
Halloween.
yes.
Because you could go for some killers or you can go for some like family fun, cutesy stuff. You can go for some psychological-ish. Like there's just so many aspects to it. I'm just like, I love you. Like, I love you, horror. Thank you. Paranormal, I love you. Like, even though you play with our emotions, but I love you. Thank you.
Oh yeah, so it's so many different like avenues that you could dip in, subgenres that you could dip
Amazing.
in. It's a
Amazing.
it's a beautiful thing.
Amazing.
But since you brought up Halloween Town,
Yeah.
and just that in that realm of film,
Mhm.
I would recommend if you haven't seen it already. There's a movie on Netflix. It's called Night Books. It's
Oh, oh,
yeah,
books.
it's about this boy. He is a huge horror fan,
Okay.
and he gets teased at school for it or whatnot, and
Okay.
he gets upset, and it's kind of like Hansel and Gretel,
Okay.
like he
Mhm.
but it's mixed in with horror elements, and I think Sam Raimi is like the executive producer or something. So
Ooh,
it's very, there are a lot of scenes that are very Sam Raimi-ish but it's a kids movie, but
okay.
it's Sam Raimi-ish. So it's like it's amazing. Like I had
I
to,
want to see that.
yeah, it's got a lot of heart, and it's about a kid who's he aspires to be a horror writer, but he wants to give it up because he's getting teased about it, and yeah, like it really hit me in the heart. It hit me in the heart.
Heart.
Yeah, it hit me in the heart.
Oh
Yeah, it hit me in the chest.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I'm gonna watch that. I
yeah,
definitely watch that. Definitely. Side note, did you see what's that movie? Oh man, Black Phone.
yes. I went in blind. Like me and my girl went to see that. Oh, we went in blind, and I did not expect.
Bruh. I wa-
I did not expect.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it. I enjoyed it though. I
No,
enjoyed it. I
amazing.
really
I was
enjoyed
like,
it.
that's what we're
You
doing.
know, that's in another movie. If you haven't already seen it, Barbarian.
Oh,
Yes, Barbarian. Because you
Barbie.
watched the trailer, I'm thinking it's something else. I'm thinking it's gonna be something else. But you actually see the movie,
Is something different?
it's something completely different. But you're pleasantly surprised. Like there was this guy in the theater, he was like, "Oh, well, I didn't see that one coming." I
Oh
was
shoot.
like, "Yeah." And
It's a horror movie.
I like the fact that they did it that way,
Okay.
because a lot of times when they're showing trailers, they show every goddamn thing, the climax, and but with Barbarian, they didn't show anything, So
Oh my gosh. Thank you.
yeah,
I can't wait to watch.
yes,
I want
yes.
to
To Demons last night. Yes, Mika. Yes.
yeah. I'm telling you, there's just something like going to sleep to demons. Yeah, I don't know. I just love that something.
Yes,
Right?
Joshua said he watched the Black Phone.
Joshua, he was so like it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. But it was good. It was good. It was good. Oh, you know what? I do want to see what's that movie Smile?
I might catch that Thursday, because the movies they release Thursday night, so I might catch that Thursday night.
Ooh, okay, if you do, let me know how it
Oh
is.
yeah, oh yeah,
Ooh, I'm
oh yeah.
curious. I feel like that's a hit or miss with that one. But it feels like it's gonna be good. Like,
But I feel like I have a lot of confidence in it, like I feel I'm very excited, I'm very excited, but we never know. We never know because some
right. I'm like,
and but lately I've been like pleasantly surprised with a lot of horror. Like I don't know if you've seen X yet.
no,
y-
just put me on to what's it called? X.
yeah, X. Yeah, it's a film by T West, and it's people were comparing it to like, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that type of film.
Really?
Yeah, but it's got a little twist on it, and they just came out with the prequel, Pearl, which they took it to another level because of the acting, like the performance, like the Mia Goth,
Mhm.
like she cemented herself for me with Pearl. Because
Oh,
my buddy Bobby Torres, he's another horror content creator,
right.
great dude. He invited me to an early screening out here in Philly, and Pearl was just, oh my god. Like I walked out because I'm like, okay, I'm going into it, because the first movie takes place in the 70s, and
Mm,
then Pearl takes place in, I think, like 1918 or something,
okay.
which kind of almost, I was like, I don't know, but we ain't in it. So I
Right.
was like, all right, we stay. They didn't even have to touch on,
Right.
certain things, but Pearl, I highly recommend. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, especially since you haven't seen X yet, but
Pearl
and
and
then they just announced that they're making the third one, which takes place in the 80s, and it's called Maxine, because it's, which, Mia Goth, like you'll get to see it. Like, Mia Goth is a fucking, she did her thing,
I'm
you know.
excited. Okay, I will definitely be watching. Ooh, did you see Orphan?
Yes,
Ooh.
yes, 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 yes. Orphan. Yeah, now you talking about the original, or you talking about
Oh,
the yeah,
oh,
yeah, both. Yes,
oh.
yes, yes, yes.
Woo! Yo, Orphan first kill, bro.
Yeah, I was like, well, this is what we doing. The little switch,
Wait,
the switch up.
what? Who's crazy? Mm, mm, mm. When I tell you the way my edges were on the floor when I watched that, I said, "There's no way this is what I'm watching." Yeah, like the first one was already wild, and then you guys just kept going. I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah. Oh
her,
yeah.
it was
There's something creepy about, like, kids, because of course, we found out what we found out in
mhm,
the
mhm,
movie, but
mhm.
there's just something about those creepy kid movies.
Yes.
Like, I think one of my favorites is Case 39.
Oh,
It's,
I've seen that.
yeah, Case 39.
What's that on?
It's,
Let me see.
I have it on Blu-ray. I'm
Mhm.
sure you could probably stream it on like Amazon or
Okay,
somewhere,
9.
but
Okay.
the movie opens up with this couple,
Oh Lord.
and I guess the police are knocking on the door, and they're like, open up, and
Okay.
they open up, and the child is in the oven.
Oh
They put their kid in the oven, their adopted kid in the oven, and
no.
you're just like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on? But
But what?
but they may have their reasons. I ain't gonna say nothing else. But
Oh my gosh. You're worse than the trailers. You can't do this to me. What is it? What is it? I promise I'll act surprised when I watch it again. What the hell is this? Wait,
yeah, Case 39. I think it's starring Renee. I think it was Renee Zellweger
Outworker?
and
Okay. I like her.
and Bradley Cooper.
Really?
Before he became like the big,
Oh,
movie
God,
star that he
God.
is.
Oh, it's
But
an old movie.
yeah, yeah.
Wait, but all right, okay, I have a lot to say right now. Let's bring it back to the children for a second. Like, that is so I couldn't imagine like who you're a what? Like you're a full blown adult? Like
Yeah,
full blown adult.
that was the flip for me, especially, that scene when she's talking to the dad, and I'm just
I
like,
literally said, I swear if they kiss, I'm gonna throw my remote at the TV. Like I literally was like, don't do it. Like, I know we do some crazy stuff in movies, but do not do this. This is not
Because
the one.
it's certain things that, especially like at the age I am now, I'm like,
Mm-mm,
ah,
mm-mm,
I don't want it. I don't need it. You
mm-mm.
know, like I was watching The Stepfather recently,
Okay, yeah.
because and there's
Okay.
the daughter in the film, and she's supposed to be 16, but in the movie, they got her in a shower scene, and we see everything. And I'm like, if she's supposed to be a 16-year-old girl, why do you got me looking at her naked in the shower? What is this?
We gotta keep consistency going. Like, we just
And then I got to think, oh yeah, this is the 80s, because I
like,
recently watched what was that, the Halloween season of the witch, and which
mhm,
it had its charm. Like I stayed away from it for a long, long time, like majority of my life, because it didn't have Michael in it. And I finally checked it out. I'm like, okay, I see why people hate it. But it wasn't it wasn't like the worst movie, but
mhm,
it wasn't Michael Myers, so it
mhm,
couldn't live up to that. But there were certain scenes
mhm,
in the movie where it was just like very like sexist, and very like there's this
mhm,
super older guy, and he's after this girl, and she just looks like she's a teenager or whatever. And it's just like, it's very like, now that I'm watching,
mhm,
me at the age that I am now, going back and watching older horror movies, I'm like, is
mhm,
this what we was on? Is this
mhm, mhm.
the shit that it's a lot of, like, I feel like I could do a whole ass series of suspect ass scenes in these horror movies.
I'm so down for that. If you do that, please call me, because
Yes.
there's a lot of suspect things in movies where I'm just like, who approved this? Who wrote, like, what? How do we get here? Who?
Well, you know what? That might actually be like I might get like a group of people together, and we just come up with our list of, top 10
Mm,
suspect
pop
scenes in
it up.
horror
There's a
movies.
lot.
We just go in. We just go in.
There's a lot. There's a lot of scenes where it's just like, oh, why? Like, why? Like, and what message? I know what message I'm receiving, but what message I'm trying to send? Because whatever it is not, the math is not mathing. Like, this is
Yeah.
suspect as freak, and like, I don't trust this. I don't.
Uh-huh.
Mm, I don't. What's that? Oh my god, what is that movie? Oh, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I be looking at them like, y'all grown ass people, but they're supposed to be in high school.
Yo, I remember when that first came out,
I know.
and I
I
grew
know.
up in California, Sacramento, California. So it's a lot of mixed, people in there. It's a big melting pot, so when Titanic came out, it was all the rave. And we were I remember we were playing Titanic on the Jungle Gym, and I was the ticket taker. I was giving people tickets. I was like, all right, you gotta have your ticket.
I'm
You gotta have
screaming.
your ticket. You can't get on here without your ticket. So,
Did you choose
you know,
that, or that you were assigned that role?
no, I was assigned that role. I was appointed. I was appointed. You know. Now that I look back on it, I'm like, wait a minute, but
You know my side eye. I'm like, the ticket.
yeah.
Like, I need
I
to.
was like, hold up. If
I'm
I,
looking like, did you do that?
I wish I had a time machine. I
Right.
could go back and
Bring it
then,
back and make yourself Jack.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
granted, Rose was cold blooded, so I would have probably felt a type of way about that too. Was like, so you're just gonna let the black man drown? So yeah, no, mm,
Uh-huh.
mm,
Uh-huh.
mm.
But it's so many like wild scenes out there, but yeah, just growing up and seeing
Yeah,
I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it just the cultural impact that it had, when we were young, and just how big it was.
yeah.
And then I tried rewatching it like a couple months ago, and I just could
No,
not get past, because I'm like,
it's
y'all
so
got it's these privileged ass motherfuckers riding around, speeding, drinking, spilling the liquor, spilling the liquor in the car, and
bruh.
then and then y'all run somebody over, and then y'all want to play victim. Y'all want to play victim.
Where? And literally, I think the people that broke it down the best was Kat and Jazz, Girl That's Scary. If you listen to their episode about
Oh yeah, I did. I did.
so I was screaming because they literally say everything I was thinking. Because I'm like, you guys literally could have, like, no one would have went to jail. Clearly, y'all
Mm-hmm.
not gonna go to jail. Like, you'll be okay. You know what I mean? But instead, it's like, let's go. Like, we kill this guy. Let's fake kill him. Oh, we didn't even check to make sure the dude is dead. And like, now it just, it was a lot. It was a
No,
lot.
it was
Like,
a lot of goofiness.
it was a lot. And then the second one was I still know what you with Brandy.
I still know what you did last
That
summer.
part again, shout out to Cat and Jazz, because that part, what's his name with the horrible wig, and he's like, "You want some weed or whatever?" I'm
Oh,
like,
Jack Black with that wig. That was because as a kid, I'm like, oh, Jack Black, and oh, but as an adult, I'm like, nigga, what the fuck?
you understand? I'm like, why does he have locks in his head? Make it make sense. Where? How? Why is it weed? Where?
Yeah,
How?
where you getting it?
Where? Where?
It was just a lot of things,
There's
and
a lot of things wrong.
they even made it goofy, like I like
They did, but
the one line that I do quote from that movie to annoy people is Will Benson,
I literally was like, but like we were trying too hard. Like, and I know that whoever wrote that line was like, this is it. This is it. This is the line. It's just like,
like, oh, y'all ain't know this. I bet y'all, I bet this, got right under y'all noses,
the way I rolled my eyes, I was like, I can't stand y'all. Like, this is out of control. Like,
and the way that he delivered it, because I'm like,
yes,
actors,
yes,
you got to make a choice. So
of
you
course.
made a choice to deliver that line like
And he delivered it like he was saying something. And I'm like, okay. Like,
but I ain't even gonna lie. Like a kid me was
no, of
like,
course.
oh.
Kid is like, oh, the greatest thing I've ever seen. That, like, you heard what he said. Like, haha. No, I get it. I get it. Like, I completely
But
get it.
as an adult, I'm like, what?
Who
What?
wrote that and
Yeah.
who approved that line? Yeah, there's definitely a couple of movies like watching it now as an adult. I'm like, why? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why? I'm trying to think what else. What other like why movies are there? Like as an adult. Hmm.
I mean, it's a lot of things that you observe as an adult,
Yeah,
that you didn't necessarily observe as a kid.
yeah,
Like,
that's true.
the fact that Michael Myers got a fucking driver's license, and is just knows how to he don't even drive like an amateur. He drive like he got some
My
miles.
dude was whipping Michael.
He
Sir.
in majority of movies,
So he be
he
out.
oh yeah.
On. Where I don't know where he's going, but homeboy, like he just whips it, and I'm
I'm like, is he putting gas in the car? Like, is what's
like,
going on here?
how do you know where he even goes? Like who? How do you? How do
Yeah,
you?
how do you know to stop at red lights? How do you know to work the turn signal? Who taught this motherfucker how to drive?
I mean, he's Michael, but like, I do need answers though. Like, what? At what point? Like,
Or something like a Jeepers Creepers where he had his own custom license plate, you know.
First Creepers was so crazy. Like, I remember watching it like when it came out back then. That
Yeah.
did scare me. Like now, I'm just like, oh, Jeepers Creepers. But back then, I was like, oh, this monster guy is not nice at all. Like,
Oh yeah, it's one of Jeepers Creepers is one of those that like it's a part of my childhood and I love it. Like I own the first two,
yeah.
but you know, of course, getting older, you find out like what the director was really about, and it's like
Wait, well, what's he really about?
he's a convicted, I think, pedophile.
Oh,
Yeah. 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 Like and he was convicted
the movie.
before he made yeah, so he got convicted and then they let him make Jeepers Creepers. So a lot of people, like the community is divided, whether, because some people, separate, they're like, all right, I'm gonna separate the art from the person or whatever, and some people can't do it. But it was a lot, going on because previously released, the Jeepers Creepers 3, and then they just came out with 4 and stuff, and
Mhm.
but yeah, it's
Really?
yeah, it's a yeah, and it's wild because you have you get this, people put this art out, and you love this art, and then especially like nowadays, like when we're like a lot of people talk about like cancel culture, and I'm like,
Mhm.
it's really like it's more so accountability culture. Like, you said it or you did
Yep,
it, you got to be held accountable for it,
period,
so it's like,
period.
it's a lot of things coming to light,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then we look back and we're like, well, damn, this motherfucker was doing all this. He had people in the basement, but he made my favorite movie, damn. It's
I
like,
did
damn.
not know that. Damn, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
mm, that's
Yeah.
I still love movies.
Yeah, like I love the first two, but it's
I love
like,
the first 2.
damn, bro. Like
That's crazy though, and they still let him
yeah. Yeah. And it's like that, but that's the thing about like living in America and the world in general, just some of the evils that people do and how they still let these motherfuckers go out and do what they, live out their dreams,
yeah,
and
I mean,
it's crazy, you know.
they're just I mean, love the freedom here, but, like,
Yeah.
very ghetto. Nonetheless, that's crazy. I mean, wow,
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
How do, like, R. Kelly.
yeah.
And, like, we were all stepping to the name of love, but then it's like,
Oh,
you have to ooh, child, let's step into the name of love. But it's like you have to separate damn, yeah.
tell me how to get to Love Street and all that shit, and I was
Oh,
out here vibing, but it's
so
like,
in the closet, that was like a movie that had me in a chokehold, 100%.
yeah.
That's the next part coming out. But
But you find out what these people doing, and you like, you know what?
you're
Can't rock with it.
serious at whatever your art is, absolutely. But your
Yeah.
your foundation is still down the drain. Damn,
Hmm.
that's Chris Creepers. Good to know.
Yeah.
And he says the director.
Yeah, it was the director. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, have you seen Midnight Mass? It just popped into my head.
Oh.
You didn't see it?
I've seen it.
Oh, I was
I'm glad that you brought it up. I'm glad that you
I
brought
had
it
to
up
look it up.
because
Let me
holy shit. Because it started off super slow. It
yep,
started off super
no,
slow. But
I know.
once it picked up, I was like, God
Oh,
damn.
it picked up and never stopped, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's what we're doing." I love Midnight Mass. Like Midnight Mass, what's it called? Blind Manor, what is it? The Haunting on Hill House. That whole all of it, all of it, all of it, all of it.
First off,
Break it down for me.
the haunting.
I know.
First off,
I know. I
the
know.
Haunting of Hill House. In fact, that's why I tell people, I'm like, if you love Hereditary, you're gonna love Haunting of Hill
That's
House.
one. Yep. I
But I'm watching the Haunting of Hill House,
mm,
and I'm like, am I crying for a ghost?
yes.
Am I crying for a ghost?
All right, let's
Where she was
let
when
me
she was in her little girl form or whatever, like, oh, they're not looking at me. I was just like, am I crying for a ghost right now?
you
Am
are
I am I loving this? Am I loving this family drama in a funeral home right now?
it's okay.
Am I
What's your
getting
zodiac sign?
you said what?
What's your zodiac sign?
Virgo. Virgo.
I love Virgos. I'm like, you're very
Yes.
in tune with your emotions. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, I love it.
Oh, oh yeah. What's your zodiac sign?
Yes, I love playing guessing games.
Oh, you know what? Because
Mm,
I get along a lot with Tauruses, so I'm gonna say maybe a Taurus or
no,
maybe Pisces. Pisces was popping in my brain as well.
no, but I am a water sign.
Oh, Aquarius.
Oh, nope,
Oh, oh. What is it?
fixed water sign.
You're the which
A fixed water
a
sign.
fixed water sign? Oh.
I
Hmm.
It's funny
Ah.
that people may not guess because of my personality, and I'm probably not what the description is, but I actually am, but I'm not, but I am. I might have just complicated it. Sorry.
No, no, it's you a Libra? A Libra?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Oh,
Right,
oh,
exactly. It's like, oh.
oh.
Right.
But you know what though? You have a certain type of energy. Like you got that energy. Now it does make sense. It does make sense,
Thank
you
you.
know.
I was like, I hope I didn't mess it up, but it'll make sense. I promise.
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. Because the energy is there. The
Yeah,
energy is there,
definitely.
you
100%.
know.
Scorpio to the floor. But sorry to cut you off. Back to
Oh,
Haunted Hill House. That
yeah.
was
Yes, the haunting of Hill House, you know.
that
And yes, Mika says Mike Flanagan is one of my faves. Everything he has delivered has been amazing. Looking forward to Midnight Club.
yes. Mike
Yes,
Flanagan, he is a genius. Like
and
genius.
Mike going from Haunting of Hill House
Mhm.
to the Haunting of Bly Manor,
Yeah.
and just I'm like
Blind
this
man,
the levels of storytelling.
and he just achieved it all.
Again, am I crying for a ghost?
Yes.
Am
Yes.
I am I am I am I gonna leave my door open tonight?
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
waiting for the lady of the
Yes. It's okay.
am I crying for a ghost?
You
Like
are. It's
what's
okay. You
going on here?
don't have to
You
keep
know?
him. It's he did a great job. That's all I could say. Like he did a fabulous like oh man, those were some great series.
Have
Great.
you seen Gerald's Game?
Yes. Yo,
Yo,
that
yo,
when I tell you once again my stress level, I cannot deal with these movies. Uh, Unbelievable.
yo.
There's no. I need to sit up for this one
When
because
I found out that motherfucker was real, he was really in the room. I was like, because the danger was over, but it took me back. It took me back when I found out that motherfucker was really in the
I
room.
said, what? Like, yeah, it was a lot. That movie, yeah, it stressed me out. It stressed me the f out. No, that movie. Another one. Oh, I'm just gonna say
Yes,
that because I
Hush.
literally the next one I was gonna say was Hush. That movie. Oh my, that's real stress. Like when they go like to her POV and it's just silent. I'm like, oh my god. But like this is someone's reality. But oh my god, I like
Yeah, yeah.
I was stressed. And I'm like, bro, this whole movie literally takes place at this chick's house. Like, poor girl.
Uh-huh.
Like, homegirl is just by herself. He cut off the internet. She can't communicate with her friend. He done kill her friend. It was, oh, God,
It was a lot. It was a lot going on, and it's like
a lot.
I'm like the premise because I never would have thought of something like that.
Yeah,
But I'm like, this is genius.
yeah.
You know,
Oh, definitely.
this is
Definitely.
genius. You
Definitely.
know.
And that's a different aspect of horror. It's like, oh shit, like this is someone's reality. And it's so like there is no music to like do something's coming. You're just hearing nothing. Like you're in her shoes. And I'm like, I can't hear anything. And you have to wait for the vibrations of the little her little light, was it the alarm things? Like she
Yes.
vibrations. And I'm like, oh God, like what if it vibrates late? Or like, like it, oh God, it was a lot. It was a lot. But kudos to her. She did her thing. But Hush was very anxiety inducing. Very.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Hush. But I just love when creators come at it from a different angle. Like I don't know if you've seen The Taking of Deborah Logan. I recently
You know what?
watched
I
that.
have it, but it keeps popping up, but I don't know anyone who has seen it, so I don't know who to ask.
I recently watched it.
Is it
This
yes?
shit is amazing. It's a yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes. It's about this film crew. They're
Okay.
doing this documentary. It's actually like a found footage type of
Okay.
film, and they're doing this documentary on this woman
Okay.
about her Alzheimer's, and just like what she goes through. So, you're sitting there watching it and you're like they do hit some emotional chords because this lady's going through it and they're like, yeah, these are the symptoms and these are the signs, and you just start seeing her deteriorate and all this shit,
Oh,
you
that's
know.
hard.
But
What's the taking part?
what's well, that's the thing. You as the story progresses, it's like, is it really Alzheimer's or is it something else, you know?
She's possessed. I mean, I always
Yeah.
see the cover, I'm like, "Yo, she look crazy." Like, whatever happened
Yeah.
in that movie looks wild. And, like, I watched the first couple of minutes, and I was just like, "But I don't even have anyone to ask," so I just never kept watching. I'm gonna watch it.
It's recommended. It's something that I'm gonna buy on Blu-ray.
They know.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm putting it moving that to the
Yeah.
top of my list. But she looks crazy, though. Like, I always see that cover, I'm like, "Oh my god, is that balloon? What happened?" Like, yikes.
Well, that's well,
Whatever
she
happened.
yeah, she didn't start off like that, you know, when she in
Oh,
the
okay.
beginning of the movie, you know.
Every time I see the cover of it, I'm like, "God, what happened to you? Who took you?" But okay, understood. Okay, so I'll watch it now.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know,
I'll watch
it's just something about a good possession movie, you know, especially when they take it a
it.
different angle, you
Yes,
know.
I love it.
Different
I
angle.
love it. Have you seen The Exorcist? Of course.
Yes, yes, yes. It's it's a classic. It's up there. It's
Yes,
up there.
yes. It's definitely comical now, but that scene when she was regurgitating, ugh, I hate throw up. So, sorry, I hate throw up. Ew, it's disgusting. Like I think I could smell it through the TV. I was like, this is gross. But like now as an adult, like that movie's hilarious to me. Like The Exorcist is hilarious. Like she's
You know what's even more hilarious? Have you ever seen Abby?
no.
Now there was this documentary on Shutter called Horror Noir, and they
Okay,
just
okay.
took a look took a look through like the decades of black horror, you know, past and present, and like that we've shown you that we've always been here in, you know, these capacities. And
Oh,
they talked about a movie called Abby.
okay.
And I had heard about it before because my girl, she would talk about it. You know, it's one of the movies that she had put me on to. So I'm
Right,
like,
right,
okay, let me check it out.
right.
It's a possession movie, and it's starring this black woman, and they call it in, like, you know, the halls of history, they call it like the Black Exorcist or whatever, you know,
Not the
but
Exorcist.
it's really, and they call it that because it was released around the time that The Exorcist had came out. And so and it was super successful. It was like in the black exploitation era, you know, but it
Okay.
made a lot of money for the budget. It was, you know, the budgets that they had back then,
Mm,
but it made a lot of money, and Warner Brothers got upset, you know,
mm,
because Warner Brothers owns The Exorcist.
mhm,
So
mhm.
they sued and they got Abby just erased from history, basically. So that's why we do not have any proper
Right now.
releases or anything. Like I did find, I think on eBay, a copy. You know, it's not the best translation, but you know, it gets the job done. But I watched it, and it's, you know, it's got William Marshall in there, you know, Blackula, you know, and it's she's this woman, and she gets possessed by this sex demon, you know, this
Oh,
craze, you know, and it's some crazy, you know, it's funny at parts, but it's some wild shit. Like it's highly entertaining. Like I don't know if you ever saw The Mac, but it's got one of the women in there,
okay,
Carol Speed, you
okay.
know, who she had recently passed away in January, but she plays Abby, and she
What?
just gave like this great performance. And the story, like I watched it, I'm like, damn, the story is better than The Exorcist. What I'm seeing is just better, just it's an overall better movie, but because of the budget, and because it's black, and because they tried to erase it
Mm,
from history, you know, because I can't go out here and get some Abby merchandise. I can't go out here and get, you know, some official an official release, you know, Blu-ray or DVD, you know, unless somebody, you know, comes out and tries to brush it up, you know, because I'm sure it's tied up in some sort of still tied up in some sort of lawsuit to where, you
mm,
know, whoever is supposed to own the rights doesn't, you know. But I
mhm.
highly recommend, you know, if you
Abby,
can, yeah,
what?
Abby,
Yeah,
yeah,
like, I'm just like, "What? A black exorcist?" Like, I just never thought of this the other day. Like,
yeah.
it happened, but no one, like, really anyone else knows about it.
I'm watching the documentary and there was this scene that caught my eye. It's like her in the back seat of like this old school car,
Right.
and she's just possessed and the car's rocking and there's smoke and everything, and she's just totally in demonic mode, and this dude is in the back of the car and he's just like freaking out, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I gotta see this. Like, yeah,
Gosh.
yeah.
Wonder so you said you found it on eBay?
Yeah, I found it on eBay. It might you can probably find a copy on Amazon,
Okay,
eBay,
okay,
or probably could watch it for free. Like if you could find it on like YouTube somewhere,
okay.
like which I probably like I need to find it like on YouTube so I can just start spreading it out because I
No,
know
seriously.
it's yeah, because a lot of people got to see this movie. You know.
Like, I'm like, I'm floored. Like, there's a black exorcist that no one knows about?
Yeah, yeah. They called it The Black Exorcist because at the time they were like, "Oh, it's copying off The Exorcist," and I'm like, "Motherfucker,
Mm,
all these movies is copying off of everybody," you
I'm
know.
right,
And in my opinion, like I said, the story was just it was better than The Exorcist. It's just The Exorcist had the money behind it,
right.
you know.
I would
So
need to side eye. Child, just be side eye everything. Mm, mm, mm. That's my side eye. Just okay. Well, I'm
Oh yeah.
about that. Thank you for telling me about that because now I need to go search for it because what?
Oh yes. Oh yes. It's one of the movies that like I talk about all the time,
My
but it
God.
needs to be seen, it needs to be
100%.
seen,
100%. Thank you for that.
you
I'm
know.
definitely gonna go go search for that.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Now have you seen Night of the Demons?
No.
That's another good it's another good 80s movie. It's got the black character in there. Um why you know what I ain't even going to spoil nothing, but check it out. It's demon possession, and it's 80s cheese, and it's just pure fun, and the prosthetics were done so well that they scared me as a child and they scare me now.
Yes,
And
yes,
they scare me now.
amazing. Okay, I'm gonna look for that. And you know what else? You have mentioned this before, Evil Dead. I have not seen it, and I keep hearing. I've heard the second one is better than the first one. Is that true?
Well, you know what it is? It's a lot of people when they dove into that series, they dove into it like during the third movie or the second movie.
Mm,
And because the first movie, which is my favorite, is a straight up horror film. Kids
mm,
go up to a cabin in the woods,
okay.
start reading some shit, and then havoc ensues. And it's like one of my favorite movies of all time, The Evil Dead.
Really?
And what happened was Sam Raimi, and that's another Sam Raimi movie.
Okay. Yep.
So what happened was they made The Evil Dead, and then when it was time to make the second one,
Mhm.
they didn't something happened with the rights. So
Oh,
when they made the second one,
okay.
it was like a they had to basically remake the movie because when I saw I put on the second one and I'm like, well, wait a minute, why is these motherfuckers going back to the cabin when all this shit happened in the last movie? But
Right.
then I found out like no, they didn't have something went on with the rights, so they had to pretty much remake the movie and speed it up. And it was there's a lot of horror elements in it. Like it is still scary, but
Okay.
that's when they started to add the comedy in it. And
Uh,
then when they introduced the third one, the Army of Darkness, that's when they went like heavier on the comedy,
got you.
and then years later they came out with the remake,
Mhm.
which was really good as well. Like, it was one of
What?
the few yes, it was one of the few good remakes, and it stuck to the horror premise, and this time instead of, because the 80s, you got your white male character, with the shotgun and everything, but the remake they had they had a woman, being the main character, and
Nice.
it was nice. It was really nice. I really enjoyed it.
Ooh, thank you for that. Okay, I will. So just watch the whole series, basically, the whole thing.
Yeah, you could watch. Yeah, you could watch the whole. It's definitely worth checking out. Like
Yeah.
my favorites would be the first one and then the remake, but
Mhm.
the series is definitely worth checking out because it's still entertaining.
Okay,
It's
I'll
very
definitely
entertaining.
watch it. I definitely will watch it. Have you seen oh, what is that? It's a show. Speaking of zombies, not Walking Dead. Well, yeah, Walking Dead. But there's another one called Black Summer on Netflix. Let me
You
see.
know what? My buddy Sylvester Barzy, he was telling me about Black Summer. Like a lot of people give Black Summer props. I gotta check it out. My brother, he's even mentioned Black Summer to me, so I've gotta check that one out.
You have to check it out. It's good. It's like a fun, like, well, my definition of fun, but it's like a fun zombie movie or zombie series, I should say. Like not as like The Walking Dead is very like, oh God, what's about?
Yeah,
It's very just it's a lot. This one, it's a little bit lighter. It's still a lot, but not as like The Walking Dead will suck the life out of you.
yeah.
But it'll suck the life out of you. This one's more, I feel like, a lighter per se watch. It's really good. Have you seen Sabrina?
Sabrina, you know what? I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the
Like
sequels.
the one on Netflix?
Yeah, yeah, the one on Netflix. Yeah, yeah.
It's a fun watch. If you want a fun watch, it's a fun watch. The Craft,
The Craft. Oh yes, of course.
Wolf
I've seen
Craft
the Craft. Yes, yes. I
has
love the
still
Craft. I
got
love the
legacy.
Craft. Yes. You know what? I did not see Legacy. I have not seen that. Was it how would you recommend it?
It's cool. Like me being such a fan of the first one, the
Mhm.
second one, it's like it's just a different vibe. Like it's just different from the Amiga. Yes, Black Summer was fun. Yes, Black Summer is so it's a fun watch. It's good. Yeah, it's just a different audience. Like I feel like if I was like, what do you call it? Like Generation Z, like
Yeah.
I would enjoy it more. But me having been so like attached to the first one, like I'm like looking at everything side eye. So like it was cool for what it was. But the way I watched the first one, like, oh, let me just throw it on. Like, I don't do that with Legacy. Like, it was like a one and done. Sorry, cool. But like, it's cool. Like, you can watch
Yeah.
it time and like, it's
Something
cool.
something to throw on, you
Yeah,
know.
it's something to throw on. Definitely, like, it's cool. I have to add Sabrina to my watch list.
Yeah,
Yes,
Sabrina was really good. Sabrina was good.
like it was. Oh, I love Sabrina. Sabrina is amazing.
And
Amazing.
if we're talking Netflix,
Hmm.
another recommendation I have, if you haven't already seen it,
Mm.
Marianne.
I saw it, but I haven't seen it. So
Okay.
it is good because that's
Yes.
one like I'm always like teeter tottering on, and I'm like, I haven't seen this, so I don't know.
It is very good. It
Dang,
is very and
put it
the
on my list.
just the ambiance, the mood, it is very good. Like I'm actually pissed off that I cannot find a physical copy because I need to own that.
You're kidding me? Is that good?
It's really good.
So I'll watch it. I'll watch. That
Yes.
reminds me of. Oh my god, people are angry that there's no more. Wait, what is that show on Hulu? Castle Rock.
Castle Rock. Yeah.
Have you seen? I haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I
Okay.
did I did see that, it was canceled, which is crazy because it's like
It's such a hit.
all these shows, no matter if they're hits or not, they're like, we're gonna
Cut it.
take it off. We're
Cut
gonna
it.
we're gonna
Cut
cut
it.
it.
Literally
Yeah.
cut it.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
Why?
Ridiculous. You know.
Okay, I need to watch that too. That I need to watch. Marianne, good to know. I didn't know it was like that. Like I really
Yeah, yeah, Marianne.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, because I like
What's the premise of it?
I saw it's this writer, it's a French
Okay.
show,
Okay.
and she writes these stories
Okay.
and she has this character in the story
Okay.
and the character pretty much like comes to life, pretty much like, whatever she's writing.
Like
And it's like it's fucked up because it's a witch. Like
oh,
it's on some like it's some wild shit. And
wait.
it's some it's and you know how the French, I don't know if you know how the French do, because the
No, I
French
don't
is
know if I-
extreme.
Well, I've never seen like a French horror movie or show. What
Oh,
movie?
okay. Well, okay. Okay. Well, two recommendations. Marianne is one.
Yep.
And then if you're gonna go movie,
Mhm.
I'm gonna say one of my favorites of all time, High
Mm.
Tension. High
Oh,
Tension.
high tension. What is that about?
High Tension is about these two girls. they coming back, they coming back from school. They go into their one of the girls' family's home, to chill out, and just to I guess experience the summer and stuff like that,
Okay.
just to get a break. And then there's this killer on the loose, and
Oh,
he's got his big truck, and he comes up to the house,
oh Lord.
and I'm not going to tell you all of what happens, but yeah,
What?
it's some extreme shit that happens, and
No,
I'm like, holy shit. And by the end of the movie, you're going to be like, what the fuck?
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Where can I find this movie?
Ah, damn. Well, I know it's readily available,
I'm
like on
somewhere.
Amazon or whatever, or eBay,
No.
but I'm sure you could catch it on like Amazon or Vudu somewhere. Like it's yeah. Yeah, High Tension is
Ooh, that
yes.
sounds crazy. I
Yes.
don't know what
Yes.
happens when he pulls up. Have you seen Yellow Jackets? Yes, love that show on Showtime. That is the
Yes.
I love Yellow Jackets.
Misty is my girl.
Yo,
Misty is my girl.
yo, I just can't. Yo, I got nothing to say. But that show is the bomb.com.
Yes. Yes.
Bomb.com. I'm trying to think what else is like new. French Horse Intense. I can make those sometimes. I would agree. High Tension's a good one. Oh my god.
Yes. Yes.
Let me find out French horror is
No, French horror is the move. French horror
really
is the move. Like Marianne isn't as extreme as a lot of, the French horror out there. So
okay.
it's a good introduction into it, but it's more so like the way they shot it, it was just like, oh my God, like
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
I'm definitely gonna. Oh, thank you for this list. I'm like, oh
Oh,
my
and
gosh, like
shout out to Mika with the
yeah, come on, Mika.
Tubi High
Yeah,
Tension on Tubi for
I
free.
love
There we
Tubi. Oh
go.
my gosh, Tubi.
Tubi is the GOAT.
Tubi is the GOAT, low key, and people just be sitting here sleeping on Tubi. I'm like, yo, this junk is free.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all out here talking about Disney Plus and HBO Max. I'm like, Tubi giving you everything.
Tubi is granted. I'm
Tubi
not
giving you
gonna
everything.
I do have Disney Plus and HBO Max,
No,
but
me too.
Tubi, right, but Tubi
Yeah, yeah,
Tubi-ish. I am thinking about getting Shutter back because I had Shutter and then I canceled it because I'm like, I feel like I've watched everything that I needed to see.
yeah.
Shutter, like it served its purpose, but then like there's always something new coming out, and I'm like,
Always something
I wanna
like
see.
off the wall.
I want to see. I'm like, I could only make so many like emails. Lord forgive me, but so many new emails to get the free trial. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have so many emails I could make, so I'm just like, okay, should I just pay for this?
No, I had to bite the bullet. I just paid for the year. I had to bite the bullet and pay for the year.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Come on, commitment.
I've had to I've had to because I've been pleasantly surprised by
Mhm.
some of the films on there. One of the ones
Okay.
I was recommended by Xena, the real queen of horror. She recommended Dream Home to me. I don't know if you ever seen Dream Home,
What are
but
low key movies just popping up?
yeah, this movie it takes place in Hong Kong, so it's
Oh,
it's in
man.
it's in another language,
Right. I'm like, oh,
subtitles,
mhm,
but
it's
you got
different.
yeah, it's it's wild as
But,
shit. This woman, she's a young woman, she's working at a call center, and
mhm.
her dream is to move into this apartment. This what is condo, her dream is to buy this place, and she's been saving up her money all her life to get this
Sure.
place.
Come on, girl.
And she will do anything to get this place. That's all I'm gonna say. She'll do anything.
Oh Lord, it's giving Squid Games already. Like it's giving Squid Games. Anything else, anything, I'm like PTSD. It's giving Squid Games already. Oh,
No, this movie puts Squid Games to shame. Yeah. Yeah.
to shame?
Yeah. Yeah. As far as like the
No.
kills, some of the kills, I was like, damn, I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Like, and it's almost comedic sometimes. It's called Dream Home. Like I actually bought it on DVD because they had it. I caught it on Amazon for like $20, but it's on Shutter right now. Dream Home.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Not to shame. Squid
Yeah.
Games? That
Yeah. I mean, not as far as like story wise, but
Okay.
as far
For
as
the
like
kill? Okay,
kills wise,
okay. Ooh,
like
you
it's
can kill.
yeah.
It's a scary movie. Like, were you scared?
Nah, you're not scared. It's just like it's more like a thriller. I would say like it's a thriller and a very extreme thriller because I'm sitting there. I'm like, damn, like somebody lock her ass up. So sometimes sometimes you want to root for these motherfuckers, but
You're
sometimes you
like,
just like
you
you
gotta
gotta
go.
lock her ass up.
It's time to
Like I don't know if you saw the last night in Soho.
No, but I wanted to see that. It's good? It is
Hell
good?
yeah. Yeah, I was just about to spoil some shit,
I
but hell yeah, that's good.
spoil it, spoil it. Imma have
Nah. No, Last Night in Soho is really good. I highly recommend that one
good.
as well.
I think that one actually I feel like I might have seen it on HBO Max, maybe. Is it
Y
out already?
Yeah, yeah, it's out. I think it's on HBO Max.
On Max, and I remember,
Yeah.
again, I saw it, and I'm like, "I wonder if this is good. Imma come back to this because I saw the trailer for it. When did I see it? It was during some movie, and I remember seeing the trailer for it, and I was like, "Oh, I wanna see this." And then I just forgot about it. Okay.
Yeah, like my brother, he had recommended it to me and I'm like, "Okay, I'll check
Yeah.
it out." And then I started watching it and I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" Like I didn't know like cuz the tone, the way they start off, I'm like, what movie you got me watching, But then
Oh.
it just like as the movie progresses, it just gets like holy shit,
Ooh, is it
Yeah.
scary or thrillery? Thriller?
It's thriller mystery, and psychological. It's psychological thriller
Ooh,
as well.
psychological, yes, psychological.
Yeah.
Okay, alright,
Yeah.
I'm gonna add that.
Yeah.
Oh my good that clearly, I have a lot of homework to do.
I well, we all do. Like I got a lot of, I got a lot of homework to do as well. Mika's adds to my
Yeah,
list all the
you
time,
are the accountability partner.
you know.
I
But
had to watch it, I haven't seen that one. Right?
yeah, Dream Home is one of the ones. Dream Home is one of the
Oh,
ones.
thank you for that. I'm definitely gonna add this to the list. I just love finding out about just like new or different or like low key movies that will really F you up. Like it's so
Oh
cool.
yeah.
And
Oh
I'm
yeah.
sure you've seen like The Grudge and The Ring. You remember how that had us in a chokehold when it came out?
Yo.
Oh my
When they opened the closet, I was like,
First of all, let me tell you something about The Ring. Every time I would see the TV, I'm like, Lord, if I see static, I'm out. Like I'm gonna die right here. Because if I see one strand of hair come out this television, I'm going to be on the floor, literally on the floor. Like
facts.
those movies, The Grudge, like they just
It's
have me so
just
close.
certain things about,
Have
yeah,
me so close.
definitely chokehold,
Chokehold. Had me
you
in the
know.
chokehold. It was, yep. It was just, yeah, it was the one. I love those movies. Now
It's
I'm like, ah, whatever. But back then,
no,
what?
yeah,
What?
back then you could get me to digest a lot back then.
Oh,
Now I'm like, okay,
that
I'm a
act.
little bit more selective. Like I don't know if you ever seen that movie Quarantine, you know, um it's starring Jennifer Carpenter,
I
you
don't.
know. Yeah. Now I watched that
Was that?
when it came out. It's about this news reporter. She
Mm-hmm.
spends the night in a firehouse, with firefighters, and she's like, okay, I just want to. She's getting a story, like a fluff piece, like, okay,
Hmm.
what's going on or whatever. What happens when the firefighters are, just have their downtime and stuff like that. Then
Hmm.
the alarm goes off. They go to a building.
Mm.
They get inside this building,
Mm.
and some shit is going on. And
Mm.
yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Lord.
But I'm gonna say this though. I ain't even gonna tell you to watch Quarantine
No?
because like America likes to do, they like to take other people's shit
Lord, here we
and
go.
make their own shit or try and make their own shit, and it ain't even
Not giving.
now the original is called Wreck. It's a Spanish movie. Now it is a million times better. I recommend Rec and Rec 2 because Rec it tells you a great story,
Okay.
but then Rec 2 reveals like what's really going on, and you like, oh shit. And I ain't even, but it's what you like. I ain't even gonna say what it is, but it's
What
what you
I
like. It's what you like. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love Rec
like?
and Rec 2.
Stop it. Wait.
You're
Oh,
gonna love Rec and Rec 2. They in Spanish, but you're gonna love Rec and Rec
I'm
2.
popping. Okay, I'm excited.
You're gonna love Rec and Rec 2.
There's so many movies. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. This could be a great
Yes.
October.
Okay.
It's gonna be a great October. There's so many movies coming out. I mean, I have to ask, are you gonna watch Hocus Pocus too?
Hell yeah. That's mandatory. That's mandatory. The come little children. Listen, it's mandatory. That's
Wait,
mandatory.
I am praying though. I'm praying to the gods. Please do us some justice. I mean, granted, the fact that Allison and Max are not going to be in it, I'm still like,
Yeah. But I feel like in the era of remakes and sequels, like we kind of we get what we get. That's how I approach watching like the new Dexter. Like when they rebooted that or
mhm,
whatever, I was like,
mhm.
okay, we got what we got.
And
So
and you know what? We are fortunate enough where we have all three of the original Sanderson sisters. So I'm like, okay,
yes,
we have
yes,
all three of them, the
yeah.
originals. So I'm like, okay,
And we got some good writers, so I'm like, okay, because Disney really ain't been slacking on the writing, lately. So I'm like,
mhm.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. I know it's going to be funny. I know it's going to be some just to see like what they would do with
Yeah,
the updated comedy.
yes,
What
yes.
references are they going to make?
I
You
can't.
know.
Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting. That's like with the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre that they made this year, like it's
Yes.
interesting watching like the older one and then this one. Cause it's like with this one, you see them integrate like Instagram Live. And I'm like, the fuck? That's Instagram. Like, like it's just certain things you haven't seen in the old ones. And I'm just like, this is weird. But I guess this is the new age, but this is
You're
weird.
canceled, bro. Don't.
No. That bus scene was the most out of yo. Okay, I need to sit up again for this. Homeboy said, I'm about to kill everyone on this bus. And I was praying, I'm like, I literally would just hope and pray that as he's killing someone, I would be under the seats. Like, I hope he's distracted or like play. I was like, yo, play dead. Like, I would just play dead because you have to get off the bus at some point. Like, he would get
Yes.
off the bus at some point. So, like, at that point, if I see that I can't get out, I'm still like, whoever's next to me, like, if you gotta put some blood on me and just like, just play dead. Just play dead. Just play dead. That's it. Because, yo,
Yeah, at that point, I was just like, I don't know. I don't know what I would have done, but I would have climbed out a window or something.
no, but remember the girl tried to climb out the
Oh
window.
yeah, yeah, that didn't. Yeah, that didn't.
I was like, the only way out is literally to play dead. You're not getting out.
Yeah, because I was like, damn, y'all literally on a bus and
One
he
way,
got a chainsaw.
one way out. And homeboy's upstairs. Like we're all on the second deck of this bus. You're dead unless you play dead. You're not jumping down the window. You're not jumping over no seats. He's gonna kill you. You just play dead.
And
Play
somebody like him, he's just waving it around with no,
out of
you know.
control. Bro, the end of it. When they
Oh
got
no.
free, homeboy said, you thought you were scot-free.
Cause I was like, wait a minute.
I'm like, this is too happy. This
You got the
movie
self-driving
ending
car. What's going on here?
no, there's
What's
no way this
going on
movie's
here?
ending this, jovial.
You
Like
know,
y'all
he
happy.
he didn't hit the gym for all this, because he was slinging that chainsaw.
The
He
slang.
was slang. Yeah,
Listen,
he was.
it's like for me, it's like he was just so disrespectful. He literally was like, haha, you thought. And he grabbed homegirl out the car and just room. And I'm like, oh, there goes her head. Like that is her head. Like her head is in his hand and her body's on the floor. Cool. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know a lot of people they had a lot of criticisms for
Yeah.
it, but I'm like, I got what I wanted.
Yeah,
I got a massacre in Texas, a chainsaw massacre
and
in
that's what we came
Texas,
for. That's what we
you
came
know,
for.
and similar to Halloween Kills, I
Yeah,
love the brutality,
same.
you know, because
I don't expect anything less.
just the scenes where, you know, when he was in the back of the ambulance and I was like, damn, that's this what we doing? This
It's
what we doing?
like like Michael Myers is just like cool, calm, collected. Love him. This one, Leatherface, is out of control. He's out of control. First of all, and I remember Kat and Jazz touched upon this while I was listening to the
Oh yeah.
yo. They told no lies when they're like, you could smell the movie. I'm like, it's musty. Like, it is a musty ass movie. And again, like, I'm so happy to have them to like listen to their podcast because they
Yes.
say what I'm thinking. Because I'm like, I know y'all stink. Like you got the king meat everywhere. Like I know you guys stink. Like it stinks. Like it's disgusting. And it's oh, Leatherface is out, he's out of control. He's out of control. No.
That's why it's easier for me to watch the remake, the
Yeah,
Michael Bay remake
yeah,
than it is the original. Like I love both, but
right.
the original, it's just like
Yeah.
it's like this shit really happened. It's like
Mhm.
everything is
All
dirty and dusty and
musty
musty, and I'm just
in the middle of Texas, then it's a lot.
and when she's sitting at the dinner table and they get the close up on her eyes, like
First
that's
of
one of the
all,
most it's just showing eyes, but that's one of the most disturbing scenes in horror for me.
uh,
Like,
I yep, yep, nope. It's just Texas Chainsaw Massacre is its own it's its own it's yeah, it's its own. It's just a dirty movie, but like it
yes.
gives you what you need. Like you're looking for the gore, the brutality, the I don't give a f's, the all that jazz. You just watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like
Yes.
it's just a dirty
Yes.
movie, and it's great. It does what it's supposed to. You know what you're gonna get. You shower afterwards, and you keep it pushing. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
Dude, I do
And,
love
and that's why people liked X, you know,
it.
it's kind of
And
in that vein, you know, it's kind of in that wheelhouse, you know.
ooh,
They go there. They go there.
ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
so
they
much
go
for
there.
this list of movies to watch. I can't wait.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You
You
know,
know
we
me,
gotta
like, listen, I can't. Like, once you see me say to you, I can't, you like, I can't. You're gonna get that. I'm just gonna send you like a picture of me, just like
oh
the side eye.
oh yeah, because I'm looking at the time, I'm like, damn, you know, it's going on
What
3 hours.
time is it?
Yeah, it's
You've been on for almost
10:52.
3 hours.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah. Like I think
no.
this might be yeah, this might be like my longest
Like,
interview.
right?
Yeah, yeah. So
When?
you're but I knew this was gonna be
Oh yeah,
dope
I knew we
because
were
like
cutting up. Yeah, I knew that was
the
gonna
first the first 40 minutes, I'm like, damn, I ain't even get to ask her the
go.
question, you know,
Cutting up.
that I or the questions that I was writing down and shit, but we
Time.
just gotta flow
We just.
and it's
Yep. Yep.
yeah, so we definitely gonna connect
Yep.
soon. We
Yep.
definitely gonna connect soon. Like I said, uh with the idea about the suspect scenes in these horror movies, like I definitely want to get
I'm so
something
down for that.
going with that soon, you
Let me know
know.
when that happens
Oh,
because I
oh
have.
yes, yes. You know, maybe get Mika, you know, and
That's
Kira if she wants to
fun.
join up in there, you know, get some commentary going. But we definitely gotta connect again soon
I'm
because this
so
is
excited.
I had so much fun talking
Me
with you today about
too.
all these movies
Oh,
and paranormal stuff and
love
just
it.
the spooky. It's just it's been great. It's been
Yes,
great.
thank you, and thank you so much for inviting me on the show. Like this has been so much fun, and again, like this is what it's about. You know, me
Yes.
connecting with different people. We just chopping it up, just chopping it up.
Yeah, yeah.
You look like me.
Yes, that's what it's about, you know, just getting it out there, you know, and letting people know like you're not alone in this, you
Yeah.
know, and that's the reason why we're running on 3 hours because you know we can't talk to everybody about this stuff, especially as passionate, you know, and being like, oh, you're recommending, you know, places for me to visit, and I'm like, oh, I trust your recommendation because I know how passionate you are. I know how much you know this stuff means to you and I'm telling you about movies and you're like, oh, I'm
Gotcha.
write this down, I'm gonna, you
Absolutely.
know, this is the flow, this is what it's about, this is what it's about.
thank you so much for having me on tonight. This was so much fun. Like, we gotta do this again.
Oh yeah, we definitely will.
We will, right? I'm
We
like,
will.
no, we will.
No,
Definitely
it's
will.
coming. It's coming.
So
Be
fun. Thank
you know,
you.
yes. Like I said, get some more conversations going
Oh
because
yeah,
the community is beautiful when the community mingles together, and then we're like, oh, and connecting with other people. Oh, you like this, you like that, and
yeah.
oh, are we friends? Like
Right, right.
what's
I'm like,
going on?
what? This is wait, you like this too? Like, I feel like everything for the most part, like aside from the new movies you told me about, like everything else, like we have watched literally these same shows, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I can have conversations with you about every single show that I genuinely enjoy watching, and other people are just side eyeing me, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, and we ain't even cracked the surface. We just,
right. I'm like,
we
no,
just
there's a lot more shows and movies
yeah.
we didn't even touch yet. So this is like
Hmm.
amazing to be able to do. Like I'm so happy. It's like, yes, we're thinking the same thing. Like, certain things we're just like, with my side eye. I just be looking at everything and I'm like, but like, oh, you thought the same thing too. I'm like, okay, great. So I wasn't bugging. Like, we're all thinking the same thing. Like, so much fun. I'm so happy we did this. I'm so happy.
Well, thank you for joining me. Everybody, thank you everybody for also joining, checking out the live.
Yes.
I'm going to make sure I put the links to all of your stuff in the description so
Thank
they can check out the bucket list and everything. And
you.
make sure that you check out Spooky Melanin Magic's channel because it's amazing. She loves to travel, and she's into spookiness. So it's a lifestyle for her. This is not a season,
Yeah.
it's not, this is not a season. This is what it is.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get.
Yes.
Look behind. She got the memorabilia in the background. Halloween kill. I love it. I love it. I
Oh,
love it.
I put a spell on you. And then the lights that go all around the living room.
Yes, and that's what it's about. Being just being passionate and in love with what you love, and just
Love it.
having fun. Just having fun.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on tonight. This was amazing.
Yes. Thank you so much. But enjoy the rest of your night, and I
Well,
will definitely be contacting you soon.
we will talk
Especially yes, especially about these future conversations.
now. Listen, start taking notes now.
All right, well, enjoy your night. Enjoy
Thank
your night.
you, you too. Bye,
All
everybody.
right, bye bye.
Bye.